is the pre-game show before Dr. D is even here, and you're live right now with Chef Kas. You know, right there that says awesome and more awesome. You can ask me those questions in a second. Let me just finish getting set up. We can do those questions on air, live, on the Chef Kas Show. The greatest show ever created by humans, ever. Yes. We have some new people in the house today. Maybe a new person, we'll see. But you can pull up over here on the stool on the right side. I'm just gonna finish kind of getting set up here, and we're live, but we're not official. The clock has not started yet. It's not officially 5 o'clock. So this is the pregame with Chef Kas coming to you live from the kitchen in Las Vegas, Nevada, United States, Earth. You haven't watched the show yet? Seriously? Wow.
I hear you heavily believe.
Yeah, we posted a lot. If you're just tuning in now for the first time, you've been missing a lot. Basically, there's no other way to say it. But that's okay. It's good you're tuning in now. You know, you're here now. You're live. This is really happening in your life. This is really happening right now.
Okay.
You don't know about the Chef Kas Show? You're gonna find out.
I heard a little bit.
What'd you hear?
I make some really great food, which
Oh, that's the least important part of the show.
And that you guys have fun.
The food is the least important part. Yeah, that's the most important part. We have fun. We dance a little bit. It's just the Chef Kas Show is me on the air. There's nothing contrived about what we do here. This is just me in live and living color. All right, so you asked me about my background. I'm going to tell you that while washing some dishes.
Do you have an outlet?
I'm on the other side there, right on the side of this. To your left.
Oh, right here.
This is really happening in your life right now. Pay attention. Anytime you could be getting the answers to all of your questions that you've ever wanted to know. I'm gonna go over here. Let's see, this new stand I got from Target. Let's see if it works. See if it doesn't collapse under the weight of my iPad. See, this is the stuff people tell me to edit out, but I'm just like, this is the best stuff on the show. I don't know what you're talking about. So, okay, so we did meet before that,
Yeah,
right? Okay. Yeah, briefly. So what was your question? Be as specific as possible. Because the less specific the question, the longer the answer is going to be.
What's your nationality?
Well, I'm American. I'm faux Asian and faux Brazilian. I'm faux Asian and I play. I'm gonna put this thing over there. There you guys can see washing dishes and talking at the same time. So the question, audience, millions and millions of the Chef Kas viewers at home, was what is my nationality? I said I'm American, but I'm a faux Asian. I mean, it's like I like to think that I'm Asian. There are aspects, I like Asian philosophy and things like that. I'm not Brazilian, but I play one on TV and I speak Portuguese.
Say a Brazilian.
Yeah. So, and my family, my familial ancestry, came from all different parts of Europe, Russia, Austria. My last name is Austrian. Kasweine! Chef Kas Show! Ha! Ha! I don't know that. I don't know if that was Japanese or Austrian. Yeah, that's one. I see my headband and I get. I know. That's a good synopsis of myself. You know, I started out Austrian and moved to Japanese. But yeah, I think that someone once upon told me that I had some Portuguese. I don't know. I like to think so. I speak Portuguese, so maybe that's how. You know. How about yourself? All your family forever lives from here. Okay. Okay. Jewish?
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, we're celebrating Shabbos here. Shabbos dinner. I actually, I am my rabbi, and I was like, I gotta do something tonight, but I'd like to come by afterwards. Oh shit! I'd like to come by afterwards if that's cool. And he's like, oh yeah, thank you for thinking of me, but we're actually out of town. So that's okay. Let's see what we do about that. Some brown rice. How are all the millions and millions of the Chef Kas viewers at home? I hope you guys are having a good week. It was kind of a crazy week this week. I feel like a lot of people had a lot of strange things happening this week. It just kind of felt like one of those weeks where there's a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes there's weeks like that, you know? Yeah, this morning I woke up, my doorbell rang. One of the guys who works for me, he was like, I got in a scooter accident last night. I'd never driven a scooter before, and his car wouldn't start. So he borrowed his buddy's scooter to go to class, and he was making a turn. He like wiped out, and his like arm is like just busted. So I hope he's okay. Jesse, Riley, I hope you're doing all right, man. Hope you heal quick. It's not good, but you know everything is what it is. Everything's good. One way or another, everything is good. Yeah. Okay.
That was insane.
What part?
Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Phuket. I didn't get to Chiang Mai.
Phuket was
Traumatizing? Were you there during tsunami?
No. Just the atmosphere.
Okay. How so?
We're not live, are we?
Yeah, we're totally live.
Oh, wait, no, we're not.
You can't see you on this. Oh, you have it on right now? You should have it on. Ustream.tv?
No, what's your password?
Oh, it should be. Wait, that I can't say. Well, I guess it's just my Wi-Fi. But let me put it in. Actually, it's just like. Just like yeah, my phone. KSWINER. Joshua D has not given you a proper introduction to what's going on here tonight. He's gonna get an earful, believe me.
That's my fault.
No. No, but he should give you he should have given you a briefing on what you were getting yourself into.
He might have, but I probably keep my eyes glazed over.
That's all. How long have you been in Vegas?
Almost 10 years.
How old are you?
34.
Really? You don't look it at all. You say that with such. I mean, for me, I just turned 31. It's a blessing to have another year. You know, it's like, what's this year gonna bring?
You're a guy.
It doesn't matter. It's life. Society tells you to think one thing.
You know, guys just try to get age better.
But it didn't. Didn't happen. Dishes. Almost done. The highlight of the show. The highlight of the cooking experience. This is what people don't see. This is the non-exciting aspect. This is really why people don't cook. It's not because everybody's like, I can't cook. I don't cook. Just because, like, same thing with me. I don't love to do dishes. You know. Sometimes you just gotta. That's a good metaphor for life. Sometimes you just have to do dishes, and if you have a sink full of dishes, guess what you need to do before you start cooking? So don't keep a sink full of dishes, Chef Kas. Don't do that. Otherwise, your viewers are gonna have to watch. Your millions and millions of viewers are gonna have to watch you washing dishes for the first 10 minutes or so of the show. But that's good. That's honestly, I mean, like, that's actually a really good thing because it shows, you know, the organization and the structure, how important those aspects of the whole process, the cooking process, are. Working on getting optimal lighting in here. Struggling a little bit with the lighting, but it's the first night show we've done in a while. This is kind of cool. It's like, Dr. D is running a little late because I had him get food, so I take responsibility for that. But we are here live on the Chef Kas Show. If you are just tuning in, it is, we were recently called by New York Times the greatest show ever created by humans. I need Dr. D here to laugh at my jokes. Shame.
I don't know all the jokes.
So, we are going to be making some Bengali cuisine today. I actually was a Peace Corps volunteer in Bangladesh. I lived there for 27 months, a little bit more. Traveled in that part of the world for about 2.5 years in total. But I lived in one town in Bangladesh for 2 years. And then there was another 3 months of training in another town. And I love food, and I loved food then, and I had a lot of time on my hands. So one thing I did was a lot of cooking. And that was a lot of fun. I got to sit there for hours at a time and just cut vegetables, and you know, it was like not exciting or fun, but there was nothing else to do. So it was just kind of a good thing to do. And sometimes the power would go out, and I'd have to sit there by candlelight and cut vegetables outside because inside it's like literally like a sauna. And you know, Dr. D's outside, but he doesn't know I'm in the middle of a story right now. So I gotta continue. Maybe I'll put the story on hold. I'll put the. We were at the bugs. Hello, sir. Shoes. Well, you already know.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Everything?
Probably not. I mean, it's not the red lentils or the roasted thing.
We'll do our best.
Do our best.
We'll do our best.
I was asking all these people, and they were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, they were like, no, I don't know what that is.
Dr. D has arrived.
I've arrived.
I was just telling them the story about how when I was in Bangladesh,
Yes.
I would spend hours and hours just cooking because I had nothing else to do. And not nothing, but at that time, you know, at nighttime, nothing really happened. So I'd sit there and actually cook. When the power would go out, I'd sit there and cook by candlelight. So I would, yeah. And so I would be sitting there in total darkness. I mean, pitch black, nothing but the stars and the moon, and it was great. Except the bugs would then fly into the candle and into the food. There were a lot of bugs. There were more bugs in Bangladesh than, like, it is like going into, you know, going into like a prehistoric time, with you know, with all these bugs.
No. Okay.
You don't wear the uniform. We wear the uniform.
No, if you're hanging out, we're gonna be getting more shirts. Hey, shout out to Teresa at Appleware, who's gonna be helping me out with making some shirts. If you also work with shirts,
What's with the haircut?
I need shirts.
You just got a haircut? What is this?
I just
What's
decided.
up?
Look at you with the.
What happened to you, man?
I got more awesome. That's what. I leveled up.
You leveled up?
I leveled up.
You sure it wasn't leveling down?
Dude,
That's what we do. That's what we do.
I'm gonna put this over here.
I always
now.
keep my shirt in my bag.
That's what's up. Superhero style.
That's what we just changed into our outfits. That's how.
You know. So we are live right now. This is really happening in your life. This is a moment.
You're like Jackie.
This is a moment in your life You should pay attention to this moment because it's already, you know, this whole, like, right now, what's happening in your life right now is already passing. So whatever fault you have with it, whatever flaw you think is, whatever you think this moment isn't good enough about, you already missed what you're supposed to learn. You already missed. See, like this thing. This thing doesn't really stand up. I've got this at Target. It's
Save though.
This thing has fallen. Let's.
This is good save.
So I think I'm gonna have to create a new system.
Let me encourage you that you save.
It's okay. I've got lots of devices.
It's like higher in the air.
I got lots of devices. I'm all about devices because devices basically give you more options. You know, if you have less devices, you have fewer options. Sometimes you can have too many options. Not even a question. This is the technical setup, okay?
That looks pretty good, actually.
That's what I do. Pretty good.
Right. Make it look good.
It doesn't spin. It doesn't really spin. It's not, I guess that's the best. That's just what we're gonna have to deal with for the moment. So welcome again for the 8th time.
For the 8th time.
I say welcome to the show. Like now I have a lot of options when I go back and edit this. I have a lot of options when I actually start the show.
You can like go
That's cool though. I'm all up on. I'm learning about iMovie. I did a one-on-one at the Mac store with my new. You see my new computer?
I've seen it before.
Yeah, fun. You saw it last.
Yeah.
Yo, like shout out to Adam Genst and Sherry Comis. Dude, I'm like fucking jacked right now. That's what's up. Kettlebell. I did a kettlebell, and I trained with Adam yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I went to kettlebell class. I did another hour plus of capoeira.
Yeah. Nice.
So I hurt my body. I feel my bones are like shattered.
Probably.
So, what else? What are I have a lot of things. So what I did today was I wrote down. I took notes about topics that just thoughts I was going to bring up during the show when I ran out of things to say.
How could you run out of things to say? How could that ever happen?
It's happened. So I've got like a nice little.
I have not noticed this.
I've got like a nice little list on here. Shout out to Mike Chu tuning in right now. The Chu is on the show. The Chu is coming to visit April 13th through 17th, so we will definitely have to schedule an episode. Dude, he's one of the original co-pilots. You know. He's and shout out to Dave Kane, who's another original co-pilot. So
did I talk to him before?
Yeah, we were live. That's my cousin. I saw him when I was in LA last weekend, so we talked a little bit about the show. Nice. So just to let you guys know, I'm going to get the oven started here. I'm going to do a convection bake, and we're gonna sear the chicken, I think, in the oven, and then we're gonna do like braised style, but it's a curry. So most people don't think of curry as a braise, but really it's just two different words for the same cooking
What's
technique.
the deal with the convection?
Convection is air circulation through an oven, and there's two types of convection. There's true convection, which means that there's a heating unit. Look at this. This is going to be the ultimate. Oh, that's what's up right there.
It's going to be
and this will be here for when I need it. That's what I'm doing right now.
Look at what are you doing?
Oh, snap.
I need like an evening breakdown somehow. We have the blender breakdown in the morning.
Yeah.
I usually like losing stuff. How can we do an evening breakdown? It's a great thing.
That should be what people tweet in. But we can think about it. Let's let it happen. It will happen. Ask for it. Kimberly, I had a 3-hour meeting with Kimberly today about accounting.
That's good.
Awesome. Yes, I need it. And
I need it.
No, I do. And we were talking about how when she started doing yoga, one of her teachers said to her, if you create the space for it, the thing will come. And like in terms of scheduling, but just like in general. So, and she's like, yeah, as soon as I started to do that, or I set aside time for something, the thing came to the time that I had created. And I love that. I love that idea. Yeah, if you build it, it will come. But it's much more like when you say, like, this is actually one of the things I wrote down this morning, something I was thinking about a lot this morning, the last couple of days actually, is you hear a lot of people say, I don't have time. And this is a mind-blowing concept. Because in reality, you never have more than this time. Ever. Ever. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have the If you ever use the phrase, I don't have the time, you're always going to say that. Whatever that thing is about, you either make time or you don't. You don't one day show and like, yeah, you can say like, oh, I don't have the time right now. I'm going to do it next Sunday. Or you plan it, you put it in your schedule. Or you say it's not that important to me.
Yeah.
That I am going to make it time for it right now.
So you prioritize your time towards what is the most important things on your list. So you put.
Right, but it's just the idea of that expression is a very incorrect, it's a fundamentally incorrect idea.
You're thinking too much.
I've been preparing for this.
You're thinking too much. I don't like when you think too much.
You don't understand that. It's a very important concept to understand. So
this is important to space and time. Space.
All of those things. You know what else is crazy?
What?
Is Kimberly? She's private yogaing. I don't know what you call that. Giving private sessions.
What's the verbiage of that?
I just used it. Yeah.
Yogaing.
Yogaing. So she's giving private sessions for an astronomy professor.
Oh, come on.
Dude, are you?
Come on.
Dude, I don't think you better. I think you gotta get back on the ship.
Are you kidding me?
Hashtag. I knew we were gonna make a quick hashtag.
Like on the first episode, it was, "Do you like astronomy?"
I know. That's what this is. That's what the Chef Kas Show is about. So
you need to watch the family.
I told Jackie. I mean, you didn't even give her a breakdown.
It's coming.
About what this is. It's coming. She's like, what did I walk into?
It's all about learning while being shocked.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's an aspect.
Shock therapy.
There's other facial expressions.
That's exactly what it is. You can't explain the show.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
There's never been a higher truth than that.
That's true.
What I can tell you is, he cries every episode on us.
No, just 2 in a row. You know, I heard that actually my rabbi said that if you do something in Jewish custom, if you do something 3 times sequentially, then it's like you have to keep doing it. Like if you go to Shabbos, like if you go to if you celebrate Shabbos. So like today I can't cry, but I can if I want to. But I'm just gonna I'm just pumped.
Let's make him cry.
I'm just getting jacked up.
What happens? They never plan on it, but it's something so funny. It's so hysterical.
Oh,
he starts crying. It's great. It's actually pretty funny on camera. It's hilarious.
All right, so we're gonna have to make some adjustments. These are frozen.
No, I got them out of thing. I thought they would be.
We can make it work. So this is good. Good example. Opportunities for learning. So first thing is I've got my oven on 550. So there is actually, remember, you're right. This is just like the first show where we talk about a lot of things, but the central focus, not central focus, but one of the aspects of the show, one of the slots is the cooking. Right? So like in my mind, the show is a house, and that house stands on like maybe 4 pillars, and one of them is having fun, one of them is being weird, one of them is talking about like serious things, and one of them is cooking. You know, cooking is, you could say it's a show about cooking, but it's not. That'd be incorrect.
It's not a show about cooking.
So, but that is one of the pillars. So, and learning, because a lot of people don't know very much. Jack, can you press that white remote button right in the center of it, and then that light over there? Can you turn that on? The other one? The one with the plants. You see all the new plants on the light?
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them are new, but now and I had one of my interns put plastic on the bottom, so I don't have to ever take them off.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I want to get I really want to fill the whole. It's nice because I read that if you put 10 plants in your house, it produces like enough oxygen for you to breathe air better.
That's great.
I gotta look over here. They're all getting like the back of my head. So I gotta see. I'm gonna look at you on the screen.
I'm looking at your haircut. I don't know.
You don't know
It's
a lot.
so different. I like the spiky hair.
I know, but this is futuristic.
Then you're looking like me. That's not.
This is futuristic.
What's so futuristic?
There's always changes happening. That's one of the main
You're
things.
always changing.
You have to go with change.
I'm
All
looking
right.
at the beard.
Things come and go. A volta del mundo, the passage of the turn of the world. Alright, so we've got our roasting rack here. Alright, I put a piece of tin foil on the bottom so that way you have less to clean at the end of the day. Okay? You have the top of your roasting rack. I just give it a little spray. We've got some chicken here, some thighs and some drumsticks. I'm going to peel the skin off of the, I don't like to call them drumsticks. It sounds so silly. It's like we're 12. And we're not even 12. We're like 5 years old. Like, I want a drumstick. No, it's just called a leg. It's a leg. Okay? So, I mean, when you see a chicken taken apart, you know, right in front of you, or you yourself take apart a chicken, you just start calling it up what it is. You know, it's a leg. All right? This is a thigh, right? This isn't like a cheekbone. Well, that's something else. Cheekbone is something else. It kind of looks like a cheek, though. So these thighs are frozen. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna put these bags in place to recycle them. I eat my life. This is eating your life. This is creating life to eat.
Creating life to eat.
You know. So it's just what's going on.
Hey, you know what we didn't do?
Hey.
You know what we didn't do? We didn't like milk. We didn't do our like. We didn't do our.
Give me a sec.
Come on.
I want to get some.
So you're gonna put it in some water?
Yeah. Well, what we're actually gonna do is there's this is, I don't like to do this because it wastes a lot of water, but we're gonna run warm water over this. And the alternative, which would be wasting less water, would be just to put it in a pan, in the plastic that it's still in, have warm water.
So kind of.
Yeah, but have the pan on heat.
Oh, on heat. Okay.
Yeah, so that you have, because if I just let this sit, this water is going to get cold.
Yeah.
And it's not going to defrost. I need this to defrost relatively quickly.
Right.
Dr. D has to be out of here 8 o'clock on the dot, or else Alter Beast happens.
There's no Alter Beast.
Yes, there is Alter Beast.
Remember that
we haven't talked about Alter Beast in like 3 episodes.
Remember that episode at Starbucks?
Do I remember it? It was like yesterday.
It was like yesterday.
Yesterday. I think you need to give Jackie homework to watch the show. I'm just saying. Hashtag just saying. Hashtag just saying.
I went on YouTube and put Altered Beast on and look for it and played the Altered Beast game.
Maybe we should do that again right now. So we could.
Jackie doesn't know what Altered Beast is.
So if you have your phone, you can find it. So we are going to be doing some Bengali food. Let's
go Altered Beast.
Oh, are we tweeting and stuff right now? Are we like, huh?
Are you on the thing for we'll have you tweet?
Let's tweet and Facebook.
Yeah, I do like disbelief Altered Beast.
You don't have your computer? All right, and then we'll hug.
Yeah, it's a game from Sega back in like the 80s. Oh, okay. I am the actual beast. Chef Kas is the wolf for some reason. I don't know. He wants to be a wolf.
Oh my god.
Some odd reason.
I want to.
You're amazed at it, aren't you? What are you doing over there?
Let's go. Go time.
I'm pretty jacked today, man.
Thank you. No, I've been training hard. I've had a little bit more downtime this week. A bunch of my clients have been out of town, so it's like free time. What do I like to do?
I hears it.
Yeah, no, I hear it. But no, I mean, like, I realize that my only enjoyable real free time activity is exercise. Like, that's the only thing I get anything out of when I do have free time. You know? So I'm like, I will just train for 6 hours today.
Oh my gosh.
That's what's up! Chef Kas Show, live! This is your life!
Viral, that's called working. Well, stop telling me how some music over here.
It's been on.
It's just been on.
It's been on. Alright. I think you need maybe some Afrojack. Whoa, we just got a shout out on Twitter.
Hey, booze.
Booze?
Do you have any booze in here?
You need something to drink?
Have some wine or something?
Yeah, I do have some.
I'm a little upside.
Alright, I feel you. We're gonna take care of you.
I know, you always do. You always do.
Wine is a great idea.
It's
Friday night, after all. You know, we've all worked like a solid week, right?
Yeah, of course. The rest of the down my gullet.
I definitely had.
What have you been doing?
I don't know what we got here. We got some options, some tastings.
Starting to get sampling.
Sampler platter. Alright, if your glass has lipstick on it, it's not my fault. I'll use the one with This is my look now. Ready? You guys can I'm giving you the cold one. You can have some of this too. This is warm. So let's do a toast.
This is mine.
Let's do a toast. So I'm gonna say a toast. It's Friday night for the Jewish faith. I don't really observe obviously because I'm doing stuff right now. We're supposed to be sitting inside praying and not doing stuff with no electricity. But I'd rather be doing this. This is a lot more fun. Last time I joked, I only got one shot. So, but I do want to say, thank God, whatever God or universe or, Allah or Jah or, a giant frog. Whatever you worship, whatever you believe in, even if you don't believe in something, but everyone, it's in there.
It's in there somewhere.
We're all connected
Believe
somehow.
in the Chef Kas Show.
Believe in the Chef Kas Show.
That's how it works, the show.
The Chef Kas Show is going to the moon. It's getting there. That's the thing. It's like you see, even a rocket. Think about it, right? A rocket is going so fast, but it still takes a long time to get to its destination.
Distance.
So it's distance, but it's also imagine traveling in space. It doesn't even look like you're moving. So that's how it is right now. Sometimes it doesn't look like we're moving, but we're moving faster than we can even imagine. So that life, life, success, over the top, and may we all just thrive.
It's really good. This is dangerous.
Not that much. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So I'm gonna take the skin off these legs. I think actually this will be the first show I do some editing on. That's why I'm excited about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I went to got my new Mac. I did this one-on-one. I learned a little bit about how iMac works or iMovie works, and yeah. So
Is it pretty easy to use?
it's relatively easy, and then it's easy, but then there's always more advanced.
Yeah.
More advanced features, more advanced little things. I'm excited about being able to overlay music, onto it. I'm putting clips. They were showing me how to do all these fun little tricks. And this is the type of thing I'm going to totally get geeked out about. That I'm going to lock myself in my apartment in a dark room and eat Cheetos for a week.
You know how many Blender breakdowns we could have had edited? This is amazing.
You know what? That's one thing I should do. I should do a compilation, a Blender breakdown compilation.
Blender breakdown compilation. Jackie, you should watch the Blender breakdowns right now.
Right now. Right now.
So amazing.
If you're at home right now, if you work with Blender breakdowns.
With the ninja.
That's why I wear this headband, to represent my Blender. It is the one who taught me well.
Oh my God.
You're pretty ripped right now.
I know.
I'm seriously, I'm
completely flexing for the camera.
I'm not. Absolutely not. That's flexing. Wait, fine. This is where I'm at. Right?
Okay.
That's flexing.
That's flexing.
Oh no! I have to peel some chicken.
Biceps under 10
I
need.
concentric.
Yeah, you want to peel one of these? It's not easy.
Yeah, let me do it.
Yeah, get in there. This should
Let me help you out.
This should be work. This should be work.
You need poultry? Okay, first of all, let me tell you, for those of you who don't know, Jackie's here with us, and Jackie is my super assistant extraordinaire, and she's awesome. She doesn't want to be on camera. That's fine. It's just like Michelle Krasinski, same way.
That's good though. We need to shit. We need to.
We need shit.
We need to have a good balance.
It's true. Look at this.
Skin right here.
Look at me, man. Look at this.
Yeah. It might be a little bit of the lights.
Look how swole we are.
I know. That camera, it adds 10 pounds of muscle. That's what's up. Rocky 3, we're running on the beach. Except we're peeling chicken. This is like the equivalent. I'm going to make a montage. Can you peel it this quick?
You gotta have the Starbucks one on there too, man.
Also, the light, it's crazy, but I kind of like how, we're darker. I like my skin color right now. I'm tan. I'm like from Italy. I'm
Get out of here!
Yeah, I'm more orange, dude.
I'm new to Ustream, so this is actually live right
This is live
Oh,
right
we're
now.
live.
We're live.
We're live right
Are we
now.
live right? Wait, if we're live right now, please call in, text in. Hey, you should bring it. Just right in here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be searing the chicken in the oven. That is where the oven has the heat. Before you asked me about convection. See, this is the thing. Jackie, if after D asks me a question and he forgets that I'm supposed to actually answer it, that one's for get off. Yeah. So, Dr. D, what is producing good food about?
Time and attention, baby.
Time and attention. TNA.
You know what time?
TNA.
TNA is good for everything in life, though. It's good for everything.
TNA is really, you know
What?
what's up.
TNA?
TNA, time and attention. Time and attention.
The last episode, we had to say some pretty nasty things.
No, we did not. That was completely appropriate by the FCC. But no, seriously, TNA, time and attention. That's what everything needs.
I learned that from you, especially about cooking.
No, that's all it needs to survive. But no, but seriously, to produce good food, that's what you need to do, is you need to give time and attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing braising, which we've talked about before as a two-step cooking process. I'm just defrosting those chicken thighs. And that's
What exactly was the definition of braising? I think a lot of people hear that and they don't really
Okay, so braising and I'm going to give you, here, if you want to like write stuff down, and then you can like always get back to these
We'll
questions.
look it back up. We'll look it up.
We're going to back that ass up.
Wow.
I ask any questions.
Okay, Nola.
You just call me Lola?
Nola.
Nova?
Nola.
New Orleans, Louisiana?
You know. You know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Braising.
So braising is a two-step cooking process, and it's basically a dry and a moist. Dry and a wet. So we're going to do the dry part in the oven, and this is going to be searing. We could also do it in a pan. Searing is when you form a brown, get a browning all around the protein, Maillard reaction. And again, these are things that we've talked about in other episodes. Maillard reaction, right, is the equivalent to caramelization for proteins. So, and also is going to seal in the juices. Then we're going to have our braising liquid, which today is going to be like a curry. And what I wanted to do was do like a dal. Actually, I think we're still going to do that. We're just going to use the brown lentils. We couldn't find orange or red lentils, which are traditionally what are used for a dal. This will work just fine too, and I'm going to get that started in just a minute here. That's just what they have in Bangladesh, so that's what I kind of got used to using in India. When you see like an Indian dal, that's what it usually is. It's that orange or red dal, and there they don't call it lentils; they call it dal.
Now, is this going to be like a spicier curry? Because I know kind of like.
I control that. I actually didn't have you get any peppers, which. What I should have just for the flavor, but because I don't have any peppers, it's not going to be too spicy. So not really. So we're just going to kind of finish defrosting these chicken thighs over here. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is play with this thing. Editing moment.
And yet it's like, and this is an editing moment.
I wanted to say at the bottom of the screen. And I can do shit like that too. Yeah. Shit, that's not a word I should say.
Edit that out.
But that's like another thing they showed me how to do was, flash words. And dude, I learned how to do like an introduction.
Yeah.
Where I can make it look like Star Wars, like the words all coming in.
Yeah, like how they come in like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they showed me. I did one actually. I've made one up, and I should have sent it to myself. It was actually pretty entertaining. I was like, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Chef Kas came to take over.
I had like an intro when it's space.
Dun, 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 dun. I want to make like that, like Super Anthem, except it's all like technoed out. It's like dun, 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 dun.
Thought about this too much.
No, I just thought of this right now. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Dude.
Freestyling?
Yes.
I tweeted about this show.
It's a good song. I like
Pretty
it.
sure we did a little breakdown of this before. I'm almost positive.
This song?
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Good. This song is brand new. I just got this on my
We did some breakdown this
Hold on. I gotta do this right now. Alright, what was I gonna do? Wash these lentils. Alright, so we're gonna get these lentils washed. And you don't have to do this. You can put them straight in your pan if you want, or your pot. But, you know, just, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. This is something that you would traditionally see people do who are, did you just tune in?
Oh, I'm in.
Our viewership went up.
It went up to 88,000 people.
88 miles per hour, 1,000 people.
On the thing at the bottom it says underneath the current views and total views.
That we have 88,000.
88,000.
88,000.
views.
And rising. The number is only going up.
Because 88,000.
Yo, I'm invoking the energy right now, the spirit from within. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're invoking it, all right.
Oh, there's some evokage happening. Right now.
Evokage. You're making up a lot of words, Steve.
That's the best thing. That's the best part about life. This was said we couldn't make up words.
So what are you doing with
Who
those
put the word people in charge? That's a good question. So we're gonna. You want a video? Of course. Do I?
Do I?
Alright, so you know what you can actually do is, I'll show you what we can do. We can go bam, and we're going to get a close-up of Dr. D right now. Bam!
You can reverse me.
It's just like,
you're reversing me right now.
I reversed you, but now...
And now I'm going to reverse you.
Yeah, that's what's up right there. That's what's up. That's what's going on.
Flex again. Come on, you need to flex.
Fire! I think I did one of that. I think I did it in the first show, that's where I was like, this is Emerald except on growth hormone. Remember?
The first show though, you were so crazy.
That's definitely going in one of the clips, like when I make the promo clip. This is like the Emerald show, except on steroids and growth hormone.
with veins everywhere.
Oh man, you know what? I think I had the red line that night.
Yeah,
but that's the thing is, if I drink, it puts me to sleep. Like that little bit will be good.
Yeah.
We just got a message. Oh, Adam Gens, he gave us a shout out, and he was like, we're going to be doing another training session next week. He did a lot of fun stuff over at.
That's good at Strength Center.
I never used the Rips trainer.
No.
That was a new one for me.
Good.
And then he's got the waterlog. You ever use those? Oh, dude, those are awesome. Except the only thing is, I need to figure out. I mean, he was all against putting it behind my head, which I understand. But it's really hard to hold it here because I feel like it was wearing me out here before it was wearing me out in my core and my legs.
Yes.
You know. So I just gave the lentils a rinse because you know they might be dusty. You also might want to like sift through them.
Okay.
And just make sure there's no like rocks because rocks are not so good for making things taste good.
No,
so
they're not.
Is we're gonna get a large pot, and we are going to put our lentils. First, we want to make sure there's no onion peels in the
You might not want to do that, You know, leftovers from other things.
No, I got some onions on the shelf, so sometimes they fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's what's up.
And, you know, basically, I'm just going to get the rest of these lentils in here. So, you liking that, huh?
I'm liking it, man.
Cool.
I'm liking it.
I mean,
This is better because I feel like I could actually see and adjust the camera more accurately here.
And in a weird way, it makes you, like, very interactive, too.
Yeah, like you're talking to me and a bit more thing, you know, like I can see you, you can see me.
Yeah.
I can see you.
So you that was freaky.
That was freaky, wasn't it?
That was awkward.
That was awkward, but there's a lot of awkward moments on the show.
That's what we're all about.
About awkward moments on the show.
Jackie, how do you feel about awkward moments?
I have not panned to Jackie because we were trying to respect her.
Her privacy.
Her privacy.
We're invoking the Michelle Krasinski.
Anonymity. Exactly. MK award.
That's good, you know. So you asked me what we're going to do with these. We are going to I'm going to saute up some onions. We've got a little bit of that roast garlic paste, some ginger, and we're basically making like a dal, like a traditional Bengali or Indian dal. And again, like I said, it's usually done with the red one, but it's not really going to matter. The flavor profile on the two, these are a little bit more. A little bit more of like a base. The red lentils, I think, have a little more sweetness to them. But we're going to do this like a thin, dal, not like a super thick one, which should be pretty good.
Okay.
I think you can put that back. I think you can put it back over here.
Okay.
Or even on
over here.
On the shelf, yeah. So.
Speaking of garlic paste, I have successfully done it, finally.
Yeah?
Yes.
Tell me.
Well, you know what was good is I used a bunch of elephant garlic,
Okay.
the real gigantic ones, and I just cooked it on really, really low heat, and let that basically simmer and go, and spend a lot of time and attention watching it, and then turning it over and stuff. And it covered because you told me to cover it, and I covered it, and then over time it started browning and getting to that consistency and color that I wanted, and then it started looking like paste, and I was like, okay, I think we're where we need, and I've been using it on chicken and other things, and it's been delicious. Third in vegetables, all
I'll
that.
give you a couple more insights what you can do. So you can brown it further, which is just going to be more flavor. Now, of course, not burning.
Not burning.
You can get. I'm going to show you this one I did for a really long time. I got to find it.
Yeah.
It was like probably 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
I was doing other things in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should.
See, mine was like a couple hours when I was doing it.
And I'm like you said, if it's good, there's no other way to, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
And if it's these are like you cleared like phase 1.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
But it took a while.
It took a while
to get it to where you want, to where it was good.
It's harder than it looks. Actually, it's harder to make than you think.
Than it looks.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of things, in general, I think a lot of things are. But look how dark this one is.
Now that's like really, really like a different, almost like a refried bean consistency in a way.
But you can even smell it.
It has that. Wow, that's great. I need to move to that level.
Okay.
That's the level Jack, I got it. I got it.
And that's just more time and more attention.
More time, more attention.
And the other stuff that you can do, the other little trick you can do is, and I need to actually get some more of these, but you can get some squeeze bottles.
Okay.
And then you can mix this in with some water. You can do it by hand, or you can do it in a food processor.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put a squeeze bottle, so it's thin enough, and so it's you put it through the food processor, and it's just gonna make it more smooth, so it'll squeeze right out.
Okay.
You get a spoon out every time.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. Yeah. I would rather do that. Yeah, the squeeze bottle.
But this is good because number one, it hasn't been thinned out at all. So if I have something like the dal, I can just take a big spoonful.
Yeah.
And just drop it in. And that doesn't need to be cooked anymore. I need to saute up my onions.
Right.
The garlic is ready to go.
That's great. Nothing
else needs to be done with that.
Jack, are you hungry? She's like, yeah, I'm hungry. Hell yeah.
This is the way, this is the...
I know, that's how it goes. One time I almost died on the show. I almost died. Because it was like a 5-hour adventure.
3 hours, 45 minutes, all right?
It won't be that long. I promise. Yeah, I promise.
That would be awkward.
That would be awkward.
Put it back in.
Let's put it back here. Oh, I don't want to trip.
All right.
I almost tripped. That would have been bad.
Let me get some rice going.
Okay.
Rice. How's the wine feeling for you?
The wine's feeling good. I'm feeling loose.
But that's why, that's why on that other show you died, because you drank wine and you were like,
no,
we had one beer.
No, I was hungry. That's what I was doing.
No, but alcohol puts you to sleep.
I know, but I was hungry too, bro. I mean,
you're not supposed to drink it. Why not? Okay.
She's fine.
Are you recording with your phone?
No, I'm going to take a picture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking. And you know what else we needed to do is do the podcast.
Oh, like just the audio? I'm not as good as you on this.
Mike Chu is like, when you rewatch this, Jay, remember to keep the...
What happened?
Read this. You can read it out.
Oh, it went, all right. The Chew, when you watch this to edit, remember to keep the part where you shut the drawer with your crotch. Or you're like, ugh. You can't, you got, you know what you do when you edit it? You're crying again! The third time! The third time!
Tears of love!
And you know what you should do though, every time though? And every time, when you edit it, it should be like, You're crying right now.
I love this show.
I love this show.
This is why the millions of,
You want to keep it like this, or you want to just...
Yeah, just flip it.
Flip it? How do you flip
seriously,
this?
Hit the screen.
Yes, sir.
Double arrows.
Double arrows. Why do I never see stuff that you see? I'm like literate. Oh, the double arrows. Hit that,
sure.
switches it back around. You can see me! And now you don't.
Intense face. Intense face. Wait, stay right there. Stay right there. Intense.
Ah!
Go down a little bit lower. Yeah, stay there. Stay there.
Ah! And then back to you. And then back to me. Ah!
Now it's back to you.
Ah!
Back to me.
Ah! Ah!
Ah! Ah!
Ah!
That is why the New York Times has called the Chef Kas Show the greatest show ever created by humans.
It's funny back there. Oh, it's the greatest. Look at this. Oh, you missed it. It was so funny. Oh, it was so funny.
It's worth crying for. You know, this is what life is about. This is the best.
You cried.
That's the reason. I guess I have to do it on every show. You know, that's why the Chef Kas Show needs to be viewed by the millions.
Good blender breakdown on the screaming.
Yeah, I do need. We do need some dancing though. You were just making the most of what we got. You know what I'm saying? Either you guys need water.
DMVculture.com retweeted the show to their followers, and 2,000 followers.
Wow.
That's in Baltimore, Maryland. It's associated with my brother's record label.
DMV Culture?
DMV Culture.
DMV Culture, shout out. That's what's up. Hashtag. That's my hashtag symbol.
Is that what?
It's a hashtag.
Yeah, you're doing
You know,
hashtag.
if you put all of them there at once, I just
Go.
don't have 4 arms because I haven't become Spider-Man yet. I have to. If you work with radioactive spiders that will bite, that's actually how I got jacked. I got bit this week.
Just tell me you got big this matter
Alright, you take the throne for a second.
Alright, I got it. I'll watch the throne, okay?
So listen, y'all, here, listen. We're doing this show, as usual. I'm looking kind of darker today, it's true. I'm looking kind of swole up in here. Feeling my arms. Do you feel my arms? No, of course you don't, because you're not here. Alright, so this is our first night show in a long time. And because we wanted to have some dinner food. We do breakfast. Last time we did breakfast, and it was the French toast with the raspberry blueberry compote, which was very delicious. And we had some turkey bacon as well. It was really, really good. But tonight I'm excited because I'm definitely a big fan of different types of exotic foods. And I recently went to a really good restaurant called Le Time downtown. As you know, downtown is really building back up. I even found out that in the summertime a new cocktail lounge is going to be opening downtown called Commonwealth. I'm pumped about it because I love downtown. But Le Thai is the truth. And I had the beef curry there, and it was so hot. My head was like literally like it was engulfed in flames, and then it was wet. I don't know how you do both of those.
In other words, if you go there and you eat this beef curry,
you were going to explode.
You will become Ghost Rider.
Yeah, you'll become Ghost Rider. It was good though. It was good. You would appreciate it, Chef.
I do appreciate it. I went there for my birthday.
Oh, you went to the time?
Yeah, so my friends ended up taking me there.
Good.
All right, so can I have you rinse this rice the same way I rinsed the
Same thing. You just
same way I washed the lentils, and then you can actually do it. Whoop.
That's all right. All right, we'll throw this in here and water.
All right, so we have our chicken ready pretty much to go in the oven. We're getting some rice ready. We've got our lentils cooking. We've got just this real basic curry powder. I'm going to do like a blend of a curry powder. I'm going to use some red pepper flakes today. And, you know, it's not like the world's greatest curry powder, but we'll see how the taste is at the end. How about that? I got some cumin. I like to add a little bit more cumin than the regular curry powder has. Just our black pepper. And we're going to use a couple seasoned grinders, different types. And we're going to make like a little bit of a mix And I'm actually gonna have Dr. D work the chicken over a little bit with some of the spices.
Want me to season it up?
Yeah, we're gonna put everything into a bowl.
Okay.
And that's all good. Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
No, you want to take Oh yeah, yeah.
Alright. So we're gonna make a little bit of a spice mix here. And then what you're gonna do is just I'll do the first one with you, and then
Demonstration, you're gonna dredge it in there, kind of.
Yes.
What do you have there?
This is the Cuban.
Very nice.
You wanna
The color.
Wait, we might have hit mute on here. Yeah, you hit mute.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah. Don't hit the mute button.
There we go.
It's a learning experience.
There we go.
Alright, the sound is back. You can tweet. Tell 90 million viewers. We apologize. So for the last, I'm gonna have to do a voiceover of that whole time. No, I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna be like,
like we don't make it up anyway.
no, you don't. No, but I'm gonna be like this is an official announcement from the government.
Yeah.
We are interrupting this program to tell you.
They're doing it right now. They're on a commercial right now on the show.
We are interrupting this
You see the
program.
commercial? I'm on a freaking commercial right now.
Alright. So while Dr. D's on a commercial, we'll be right back. We want to advertise 365 olive oil, a great product brought to you by Whole Foods.
If you work at Whole Foods.
A sponsor. No, Whole Foods is already. No, I've decided that these people are already sponsors. Whole Foods.
You've decided?
I've decided. Whole Foods, a sponsor of the Chef Kas Show.
You've decided. It's done.
It's done.
It's done. You're like, it's done. I swear it's done.
I used to do demos there.
You did.
I did. I ran the show.
You still don't know what he likes as music?
This is a really important
You guys
question.
get up, like,
What? But you want music in general?
I just want you to name one thing. Like, this is like hardest. Like, throw out one person. Anything right now. Top of your head. You like. You can't.
Outkast.
Okay.
I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, that was tough.
I know, it was kind of.
I think you know who else I like a lot. I'm Afrojack. Afrojack. Yeah, I saw him on New Year's Day. He's good.
Miami last
Yeah?
year. Yeah.
Nice. It's funny to see him like you didn't think. But that was a good still in Miami.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't go out here.
Jackie.
I go out when I go to.
You're about to get Dr. D's rant on why Vegas is a good place.
I love
I
Vegas.
know, but.
I love it.
You can turn this as need be, unless I'm like showing something in the pen. So the only thing is you want to rearrange that so that you can actually get in the action.
Yeah, I will.
Because I'll pretty much be done at that end now.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Editing all night. I just like when I can watch because then I can see what I'm actually.
You know what's good though? Like we've had 88,000 total views.
The viewers are tuning in by the millions.
By the millions.
And the billions of the Chef Kas astronauts! We're going to the moon! Finally, Chef Kas has come back to the moon! That's the best
Come
one
back
yet.
to the moon?
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You sweating out those onions there or what?
We're not sweating.
I don't know.
We're sweating.
Is this when we're gonna all break down
Yeah.
and cry?
Yeah, we're not gonna cry.
You already saw crying.
The crying has already.
It already
Literally,
happened. You don't,
it's 3 shows in a row.
What
happened?
You're
Getting
implying.
angry.
I'm throwing
Stop
onions.
throwing things.
Dr. D is kind of implying that the crying is a bad thing.
I'm not implying that. That's a lie.
Okay.
I think it's funny.
Let me rephrase.
I think it's
Let
funny.
me rephrase. I think in general, in the society we live in, crying
Right.
is perceived as
Yeah.
negative.
Especially for males. Especially
In
because
general, crying is weakness. Crying
Yeah, but
is,
women cry all
Crying
the
is
time.
sadness. Well, I would say crying is for women, and women
Crying is
being.
for women?
Let me finish my phrase. Crying is for women, and you're saying in a derogatory, you have a derogatory connotation. If someone is crying, it implies weakness. It implies softness. Yes, of course.
No. No. I'm going to do it. Of course. This show is about me agitating you, and partially.
That's definitely not what the show is about.
You sure about that?
You know what would be cool? You wanna?
Look at those onions, man.
There we go.
Those look
perfect.
delicious.
That's good. So no, but like, and you know what? For every time I've cried on the show, it's been tears of
It's been funny.
joy. Yeah, it's been funny.
It's been a
And
good fun.
Like when tears aren't good, you usually try to hold them back.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing. You know, if you're holding tears back, you're probably gonna have some problems. You know?
Some GI problems. So remember that last show when you had to leave? You're like, I gotta go. You remember that?
Isn't that every show?
It is like every
That
show.
happened with Kimberly today.
Oh no.
Because we did brunch,
No.
and I was like, yeah, all the fiber presenting itself. Did you finish all that time? Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see if we can set this up because I want you to
work
do the
on
rest
that
of
stuff, the chicken, to
and
get
I'm
that.
gonna get the rice
together.
going. Too.
Okay.
But this onions is actually for the rice.
Okay.
And it's going to go into the
How does this
dal
look? I can't
and
tell.
into the chicken as well.
A little bit higher, maybe. Yeah. I mean.
Is there a way? Maybe you can turn the shelf. Is that? No.
Let me hold on. Well, no. I need one more piece, like rag, potentially.
Like our tools for this.
We have like caveman tools. That's what we're like very Neanderthal.
There's that commercial where it's like, are you using the wrong tools for the job?
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
You're laughing because you know exactly.
You know exactly what he's saying.
That's the story. That's way off.
That's way off.
So much higher.
It's just too high, huh?
That's not bad.
That's not bad, but I. Uh-oh.
Is the iPad falling into
It's
the
not
fire?
Falling into it. It's fine.
No,
not just yet. Okay, if it falls onto the thing, you're screwed.
A little bit this way.
See, that might be a problem, though. That might be a problem. There's a massive editing about that. This right.
Now there's no onions, but it needs to go.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we need like something that like if you have tools.
We're getting a call. Hello, this is Chef Kas.
Getting a phone call?
Hey, it's NV Energy. NV Energy, and now they're speaking in Spanish.
What? That's just strange.
I'm putting them on speaker.
Replace your electric meter with a new digital meter.
What are you?
Do not need to be present for this brief process.
What is wrong with you?
Will be interrupted briefly, so clocks and other electronic
horrible.
devices
It's absolutely
may
terrible.
need to be reset. We apologize for this
Chef Kas.
inconvenience.
It's about randomness. That's what it's about all the time. It's so random.
This is why it's quoted at the New York Times.
Really?
By New York. Yes.
I'm on the show and I don't believe that.
Quoted by the New York Times as the greatest show ever created by humans.
Apparently to you, all the kids watch
Hello.
The young people.
You're implying that we're not young. What is this?
Dude, we are the
world. We are the show. I was right there with you. I was there with you as soon as it happened. You never saw that?
Hey, I'm a giant. What was the thing?
You're a giant?
No, like big, like Tom Hanks.
Oh, I'm big. Yeah. Remember that? Remember when I did that? You were loving
I
it.
remember.
You were loving it.
I'm not quoting it right now for no reason.
But you were loving it, dude. You were all over it.
Still love it.
I know.
Right, so
I'm big like Tom Hanks,
you want to
baby.
take care of the rest of that? You know what? Bring that over.
You know, I'm gonna bring it over here.
So we got the. That's all right. We got the onions sautéing a little bit. We're just gonna get a little bit of color on the onions. We got our rice all washed. This is a good system. And we're gonna miss some of it. No, we didn't do too bad. We're gonna get into the pot there. Okay, and we're using some brown rice here. Brown long grain rice. I like the brown long grain a lot better than the brown short grain. It's a little bit less dense, a little bit more fluffy. And we're gonna be adding that onions into here. We're gonna be adding some seasoning as well. But I'm just gonna get the rice, and this is good because you can see actually how much quantity liquid I'm using for this amount of rice. And it's not the amount of rice in the pot or the saucepan, but the amount of liquid. And you want to go about 2 inches.
Yeah, I remember you telling me the other night on the phone when I was asking you about the bulgur wheat, because I've been making it like a fiend, my friend.
Yeah.
I've had it like 6 times since then. And you're telling me to put it at least an inch above the product. I remember that you were saying.
And well, bulgur wheat is actually yes.
It's delicious.
It's about an inch. But no, I love bulgur wheat. But I'm
Holy
just
crap,
saying that
it's good.
bulgur wheat is going to use less liquid than brown rice.
Okay.
All right. So what we want to do with the brown rice now, we are going to add these onions. I'm going to add some seasoning in here as well. But we're going to bring it up to a boil, down to a simmer, and cover. You want to have your lid ready.
And the key with this, like other things you said, like don't take the lid off during the whole time that it's cooking, or is it different?
Take the lid off, you don't want to ever stir it.
You don't want to mess with it.
Anytime you have rice, pasta's okay to stir, pasta you should stir, but rice you really don't need to stir.
You don't need to stir.
And
what was the reason again? I remember you saying how like you were talking about this is like going back to the beginning. You're talking about like a risotto. You would want to stir it regularly because you're trying to get that maybe creamy consistency versus the rice.
Breaking up the grains a little bit, which is going to produce that kind of, you usually don't want things to be mushy unless they're, supposed to be mushy. So what's something that's supposed to be mushy? Like a porridge, an oatmeal, a risotto. Those are things that you want to be
I like it the other way. I can see you.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That you want to be more of a, mushy doesn't sound very like a good term, a good culinary term.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
It's mushy in a non-technical way.
In a non-technical way.
Yeah, not a culinary, terminology for that. Paste looks
I
great.
actually would say that when I look up, no, definitely not. I don't even want to deal with like assassinated by the culinary squad.
Is there like an alliance? Is that what it is?
Pretty. Yeah, you don't want to know.
You don't want to mess with the culinary alliance.
I'm gonna put some garlic into the rice as well.
You know what's funny that you did that, because I did that the other day with my rice. I just put the garlic paste in there, and I was like, Chef Kas said, experiment and try. And I was like, it was great.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you try it and you liked it, that's another life metaphor right there. If it works for you.
Don't you like how I've been listening to you? Don't you like that?
I do.
A lot of my when I cook at home, I think about you, man.
You say it as like I should be surprised.
No, it's true. They're not. What is this guy? I should be surprised. Come on. That's a nice thing I'm saying.
I know, but I'm saying that's part of what the point of this is
I'm learning
to share knowledge and to help you improve your cooking. Not you, but anybody who tunes in, who puts time and attention into the show.
That's right.
That's
well said.
So well
said. You should say that 20 times, on an edit. Time and attention on the show. Time and attention on the show. Hey, well said. Very well said.
Thank you.
So you're browning those onions there a little bit?
We're going to saute those up a little bit. Get a little bit of color on the onions.
Oh, it smells so good in here. Doesn't it smell good, Jackie? You're on the camera right now. I didn't mean to, but I just did. It smells delicious, though.
And so the onions are going, our dal is going here. I reduced this to basically simmer now. Mm-hmm. We got the rice bringing up to a boil. If you want to set that back up now, finish the other chicken.
We'll do that.
And I'm gonna get let's see if we can. Maybe on the second. Maybe let's take off. Take this guy off, and we're gonna take this guy. We're gonna take this one. 99,000.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You're catching on. You're like, don't say 9, say 99,000. It's insulting.
You know what's up.
You know what's up.
It went up.
It went up. That's what happens. It's a night show.
I'm trying to separate these shells. There's a way
Okay.
to do this without breaking it.
Gotcha.
How many shows have you done?
That's a good question.
This is actually the 10,000th show.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. It's probably show 8 or 9 around there. It's close to that. Yeah. It's close to that. It's close to that. So we did a nice streak of breakfast shows, and then before that we were just kind of doing just different days, different times, and then we're back to evening. What's going on over there?
This is gonna be the best part of the show.
Why did you take apart things?
Break the shell. All right, let's try that.
So I would say it's been a.
All right,
now we can put the. But that should definitely help set it off, though. Hopefully, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah.
A little bit better there? That works?
This is our song, dog.
I love this song. You know it? You know it?
This song always comes on the show.
It comes on, we have the show. It's a great song, man. Danny Fox, great. Good song, man. All for your type.
Alright, let me go back to, so we got the onions going, we got the rice going, we got the dal going. Now we're going to get the chicken set up. I'm going to break out some of my other topics that I wanted to talk about today. Alright, so and I'm going to go back to music. So here's some music DL breakdown for you, Jackie. So here's what's up. I feel like I've kind of had this realization. This is not all of a sudden, but that David Guetta and just house music in general taking over the world and changing the world. And this is something that it's not like I thought of this today. This is something I've been thinking for a while because I've been watching this transformation take place in this country. Because when I came back from traveling extensively overseas, people were listening to house music like crazy.
Yeah.
And no one was listening to house music here. Like, if you were listening to house music, people would still do that thing where they're like,
Yeah.
You know, people always just like make fun of you.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I grew up around a lot of people in New Jersey, and like that's the type of the music they listen to, and people are always like talking stuff, you know. And so it was like never really, and like the music wasn't nearly as good, and it wasn't kind of as, you know, in the middle. But we've gone from this hip hop, this progression. We went from like rock in like the 90s and grunge and all that, and it was this progression of like this fun hip hop that was just like silly, and it like incorporated it basically for mainstream. And then we went to like the gangster rap, where it was like a reaction to that. Then it was like the puffy era, where it kind of went back. Yeah, shiny suits, but so it was like kind of in between of the first two, and now it moved away from like anything negative, and it's all becoming about positive. Like whether that's just having fun and living life, or something meaningful in a more philosophical sense, you know, that's what all music is about now. Like people don't like to listen, I think, generally to negative music anymore. Like even Eminem, when he like raps about stuff, it always kind of has like a positive spin, a lot more than it used to. But in general, also music, the faster paced it is, the more it makes you feel up. It gets your heart racing. You can throw that back in here. It gets your heart going. You know, it gets your blood pumping, and that's what people want. They want to feel it intellectually as much as physically. So they like the new ideas in the music, and they also like, you know, the speed of the music. I think that's like house music is the like one of the keys to transforming our whole culture. And you know, people in general are just on this huge shift right now.
So how do you feel about like the Electric Daisy Carnival?
I haven't been.
I'm going this year.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure I'm going.
Can I go with you?
Yeah. Wow. Dude, we do a show there.
Okay. We're doing a show this year
I told you.
at the EDC.
I tell you, it'd be a great
I'm
show,
gonna get
man.
even more jacked up by then.
Oh,
He's
my
gonna
God.
be in a tutu and a fanny pack.
And be like a fairy suit, yeah, like.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna be-
no, have you
going in
seen?
costume.
I'm going in a ninja
No, have you
uniform.
seen what their kids wear?
I've seen pictures of what the
No,
kids.
but even the other night,
We're big kids.
even the other night, I went to a friend took me out to dinner at Haleo at Cosmo, which is a sponsor of the show, and they had LMFAO Party Rock night, and all the kids were like in like neon spandex, everybody, and like tutus.
Yeah, and fanny packs.
It's okay to do
Like
that in Las Vegas.
bright green
I love
fanny
it.
packs.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
We
my outfit
didn't wear
ready.
that
I'm gonna have a good outfit.
when I was their age.
Well, it was a different fashion.
I
They
mean,
wore
we
something else
we
to it.
had the stupid fuzzy cowboy hat. That was out
That'll
in
come back too.
2001.
You're gonna be like, you know, 45, 50, and you're gonna see people wearing that and be like, I wore that when I was
Right?
that age.
When I was a young whippersnapper.
You youngin? Yeah, I plan on going.
Yeah,
Just to
that
see
sounds.
it. Just to see it. We'll do a show.
Sounds good.
You know how great the interviews would be on that show?
Yeah.
Oh my
Holy
God.
crap.
What about
No,
our
that's
weird
that.
people segment?
So they're like, oh my God, I love you so much.
I know.
That's good. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with
Remember when
people
Hot
get
Dogs
like,
were
you know,
fun
like
and
people who are
everything?
tripped out a hard time, but as long as they're not doing anything bad, I don't care if you're messed up or if you're totally not messed
Oh,
up.
they're topic
Yeah,
here.
I know.
Let's stick to cooking.
Hey, don't forget the name of the show.
Chef Kas,
That's
we'll
what's
talk
up.
about whatever you want to talk
Hey,
about.
till you're rocking the shirt with, you know, your name and a Mortal Kombat sign. Just saying, hashtag.
Okay, Mortal Kombat, and I know Mortal Kombat, but this
Altered Beast?
Beast.
Come on.
This show is about becoming the Altered Beast.
And having
If
eating
you want-
Altered Beast happen.
If you want a summary of the Chef Kas Show, just watch that video game clip.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
understand.
You'll understand
what
the show.
Yeah, thank you.
You'll understand the show.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. No,
No,
it
but
doesn't.
we're not, you know,
I
look,
find
we
that-
understand. Like, you're kind of a captive audience.
You would like to?
Yeah, I would like
Okay,
to.
Jackie, Jackie, of course you're coming. If
I
I'm
want to
going,
wear a tutu.
if I'm going, you're going, of course. Well, if you, of course, my saying, Jackie, if you have the time, right?
Wait, but look, Jackie,
I
I'm
will
not. I don't mean. I'm not. I don't want to. Like, I agree. This show's not for everybody. And I'm just saying that because, like,
It shouldn't be perfect though.
no, it should. The show is not for everyone. and we're aware of that on the show, and we want to be as authentic to what the Chef Kas Show is about as possible, instead of marketing to the biggest audience. And we're not going to lie, I've heard this, that, it's not exactly a female's show, but I have a lot of female friends who do like the show. It's just not a traditional, just like, but I'll watch shows that are not traditionally male shows. Of course. I'll watch, what's it, the Millionaire Matchmaker. That's not traditionally a guy's show, but I like it. So it's like there's some guys that like, Millionaire Matchmaker, and there's certain girls that watch Chef Kas Show. And that's what's up. Hashtag.
Well, what's similar too is like
virtual pound.
I like the virtual pound. Virtual pound. The hot dog correspondent. The hot dog Rochester, the hot dog correspondent. If
you come back next time, 2 weeks, you're going to be more involved, and then you're going to be like, see, there's a lot of inside jokes that have been taking place.
A lot of inside jokes.
And we don't mean to exclude you, but next week you're going to be more involved than you were this week, and you're going to, hopefully you want to, this is your, you got to watch it, but we also get that, there's going to be differing views and opinions, just like in the world, because this is the world. And this is the children.
I told Jackie, I was like, listen, it's a fun time. It's just fun. It's something that I do. It's just fun. We have a great time, and it contributes to the good of our soul, basically.
And the good of society and humans.
And normal human behavior. Normal human beverages. Normal human beverages. That's another inside joke.
They're not inside jokes, though, because they're all available on Ustream.
Shameless promotion.
Ustream.tv/ChefKas.
Chef-Kas-Kitchen.
We forgot the channel part too. Those guys can go in the oven.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we're gonna throw the chicken is gonna go right into, now be careful.
Is it okay if these are somewhat of these?
Not really, but we're gonna go with it for today.
I'm moving around.
Alright, if you can have them not touching.
I'm trying.
And now this is another little trick. We got all the leftover powder, and it has touched all that chicken juice, so you don't want to, save it or anything, but you can throw it into your dal. You can use it for your flavoring, for your other components.
I figured I was like, I wouldn't do this. I don't know how to do this.
So
okay, this is better, Chef, right here?
The commercial one.
Oh, the commercial? Okay.
Alright, so we're going to throw the chicken. We got that 550. We're going to throw that on the bottom shelf. There you go. And we're going to basically sear that up a little bit. And now because we have the spices on there as well, the spices are going to start to brown. And, we might even do and it might end up being like a blackened curry. Do you mind taking care of the dishes that are in there?
Yeah.
Wash as you go. It's like number one rule in the, that's like one of the first things you learn in culinary school. Wash as you go. So now that I have Dr. D, his hands are free. So basically, I know what you're saying. So I'm not trying to
What am I saying?
I don't know. What were you saying? You tell me.
I don't even know.
Jackie, this adventure we're taking is crazy. For me, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're going to the moon.
It's kind of crazy,
I have no idea what's going on.
You don't know what
None?
you're starting on for.
Okay. It's okay.
It's part of my life, alright?
No, but it's good to be here. This is the Chef Kas Show. You're live right now from the future.
From the future.
Really, this is true. Do you think the future is going to be more or less like we are? Let's be honest. Do you think it's going to be people like walking
That's a
through?
good question, actually.
I don't think it's a hard question to answer.
It's a good question. I think it's simple that people need to become us.
Basically, in the future. No, but seriously, no, I'm not.
What do you
we're
think?
both. I think that in the future, there's going to be a lot more people like we are, and a lot more people like we're not.
In what sense, like we are?
Well, I think that there's a lot of people, who are.
What are you gonna say?
Well, they're not.
They're lame?
No, I think we're the next. I think we're the next step in evolution.
That's a large statement.
I know. I don't just mean it. I think that.
In what way, though?
Well, I mean it in this way. I see the way that we are, which is our brains work on a different plane.
Okay.
And I don't mean this is better or worse. This should not be misconstrued. I think that there needs to be certain types of everybody.
Right.
I think it's good that we have a lot of different people in the world, and that's one thing that I'm learning, honestly, as an individual, that I am different. Because everyone is different. But I think that the way we exist, I'll tell you one of the main ways, okay? We are on a level where we want to support. We do what we call maybe encouragement instead of what a lot of mainstream society would call hating. And hating is just saying that I'm not satisfied with who I am and living my life.
Right.
So I'm going to put others in cause others to feel a similar way, whether I'm aware. Most people, I think, aren't aware of that they're actually, they can negatively affect others. And I don't, and we've all been there. And there's, we just all do it to a certain degree. But if somebody came to me, like one of, my staff or something, and they were like, Chef Kas, I'm thinking about doing this. You know what I'd say? Yeah, they might be like, Chef Kas, I am thinking about wearing all my clothes backwards from now on. And I'm like, Chris Kloss did it, and they pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know?
Like in the movie Big Daddy, when the kid says, he goes, "You gonna wear that going out?" He's like, "Oh, all right, well, yeah."
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's random, right? Where do you pull that?
Where do you pull your stuff?
Good
the
point.
same place as the Lord.
The ether.
Not the air.
The ether.
That made me think of that, though.
Yeah, and I think that in general, I think I'm seeing a lot more people who are, not more people, but I think that, because again, it goes back to this idea of working together. Sure. And the more that we're working together, there's so much more we can do together than we can ever do separate. And to work together, it's also a matter of teams and giving up a certain part of what you think. It's depersonalizing a little bit. It's not to say that you're not going to have things that you like and that they're all about. I think we should still keep our own separate identities. Mm-hmm. But I also think that we need to find a place where we are. I'm going to do the. I actually am making an executive decision here. I'm going to make the chicken and the lentils together.
Okay. What is the reasoning behind that?
To be honest, just simplifying the process a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to use. We already have a huge pot of lentils here.
Yeah.
We've got this whole stock pot filled with water. Just trying to adjust the view. But that's why another reason that I really believe in the show, because I think that we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Right, Dr. D, is this idea that look at what television gets attention. And I think it's even getting better.
That was last show.
So we talked about, the things that are drama, the things that are negative, the things that make people feel, I don't know, there's a weird thing where we want to see other people suffering in a sense.
Yeah, glamorize it.
Right. And for some reason, I don't understand it, but it's there, right? So whether it's intelligible or not doesn't matter. It is part of our society. And so I think that you're now starting to see more positive things like The Biggest Loser and stuff like that. And even the name, it's like, okay, double entendre, but it still has like a negative connotation to it. By the way, I'm putting these onions now into the rice and into the lentils. And remember, we already added that garlic in, the garlic paste. So we're starting to see a lot of change happening in the world. And this goes back exactly to what I was saying about the music, right? The message in the music and house music, the type of music that people want to listen to now is changing. The whole society is changing in terms of, it's really, it's easy to sit here right now and not notice it. But if you think about where society was 5-10 years ago, if you look at what was on the radio, if you look at what was on TV, if you look at the events going on in the country, and there's still a lot of dramatic events going on in the world that are not positive. But think back to when we were in high school, and how much stuff there was. Now the worst thing that you hear about is Apple producing, iPads in China, for lower wage. We're not having huge wars breaking out against, several countries at a time. Mm-hmm. Where you remember, when we were in high school, how many things were going on. I know Syria is happening right now, and there are bigger things. So we don't. I'm not trying to discount the negative things that are going on in the world. I just think that there are fewer and they're happening less frequently. Does that resound with you?
It resounds with me. I think music is a good way music and sports have a good way of
Sports too.
Kind of like they're microcosms for society. And I learned that when I was doing my master's degree, especially in psychosocial aspects of sports and exercise, and just how, you know, a lot of like socio-political things that happen in the world happen within sports. It would also happen within music as well. We didn't really talk about music, but I mean, you can make that connection as well. And particularly, like, music has gotten a little more positive, and like, I'll take you kind of on my slant of it is that I've always been a huge R&B fan, like gigantic. My mom used to listen to Luther Vandross. I loved Anita Baker, Gladys Knight, Motown, all that stuff. And, there was a time back in the 70s and 80s of people, and it was all about love and all about coming together. And that's starting to come back. It's starting to come back big time. Because R&B is making a comeback. Not like R&B that's like rapping and R&B, like real singing. It's starting to come back,
And I can see a little bit of that in Adele,
Yeah.
I can see like a little bit of that.
But there's a lot of underground guys that are like I'm gonna shout them out at Hamilton Park, at Hamilton_Park. Those dudes can sing, and it's guys like that they're bringing like love music back.
Huh.
And I like
sing. Can you belt something out?
I like making love music. That's the type of music I like. I love stuff like that.
Making love music. Hashtag. Can you put up there hashtag making love music?
Hashtag making love music.
Because think about all the meanings of that on so many levels.
Oh my gosh, and that doesn't have to be like R&B, but just like sometimes.
No, I understand.
It's good making love music,
Yeah. It just like love music, and then you put
love music.
Love music. That is what we're about on this show, is love music.
Yeah, we are about love
and sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes it's nice to hear something just gritty and, like, breakdown.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go rip some heads off. Like, I'm going to hit the town and rip heads off.
Right.
Hey, insert coins, thank you for your sponsorship. We appreciate the sponsors are coming in left and right.
Literally.
Hey, big shout out to Mike Dooley. I've been listening to a lot of Mike Dooley.
Yeah, have you?
You ever listen to Mike Dooley? I want to get you into Mike Dooley. He's a writer, speaker, guy. I get his books on audio, audio CD, as opposed to other types of CD. But he talks about a lot of these concepts, not like what we're talking about right now in terms of specifics, but just in general with his approach to things. I think he's in the same vein. He's a bit older, but what you see is, a lot of this kind of approach about how you look at the world is how the world will see. Whatever you're seeing. Your perception. And it doesn't mean that you can say, I'm going to decide to change my life and have everything that second change. Yeah. The more, we've talked about this, the more extensively there's towels down here. The more, for the greater time that you have this approach of whatever view you have, then that's what it's going to come to pass. Right. It doesn't just come to pass instantaneously. We've talked about this with regard to the show, in regard to business, in regard to personal, all the things that we want coming to pass. And so that's kind of his main thing is like, if you want something to come to pass, think it, speak it, be it. Because you have to start thinking it before it can be. And that's why I'm grateful to have Bed Bath & Beyond as a sponsor for the show.
You're like, if they're not going to call, they're just on it. They're on the roll call. I like that segue, too. And that's what I'm thankful. You're like very politician-esque. And that's what I'm thankful for.
There is no segue.
It's just the whole show's a segue.
We're like at 101,000 viewers.
I like how you caught on. I like how you
We're killing it out there. We're killing it. We are. Look at this. This is like my witch's cauldron. Like you gotta look at it. I am making some potions.
Like eyeballs in there.
Dumbledore. No, Harry Potter. I don't watch. I've watched a couple. My name. I will make this. Actually, I have a good idea. You can put this.
Clean we're over here, buddy. We're clean over here.
It looks good.
You're looking great, man.
That's what's up. Dude, I want to have you pull the lid off of this from over here on the other side.
Yeah. Hold on.
This
is great editing, right? This is great editing.
Now I shall make my potion. Voila! Okay, now I shall close. Now I shall close the potion. This is just what. This is just what goes on in the chambers of geniuses.
The COG?
I mean, I like that. I mean, you know, you're not allowed to say that, but let's be honest. You know, no, but think about it. You don't think like Steve Jobs in his garage knew that he was onto something?
Right.
You know?
I agree.
I'm not saying it's good. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is promised. You know, no one knows what's coming tomorrow. And like, it's crazy to think about the future. You know, because it's going to come. I've been doing a lot of like scheduling. Well, I've been doing like a lot. No, I mean, I've been doing a lot of like scheduling, a lot of planning stuff recently, like putting stuff on calendars where I never really did that quite as much as I'm doing now. And when you start to put something in your calendar, you start to make the future very real. As long as you keep doing things spontaneous, and I think, like we were talking about before, being creative but being structured also, I think it's important to be able to be spontaneous. But when you start planning things, and I'm not talking just like tomorrow or next week, but like, oh, what I'm going to be doing in April, what I'm going to be in September, oh, I'm doing this event in May, oh, next February I'm going to be going to Brazil. You know, like things like that, they start to become more and more real.
It's true.
Even before you get there. Yeah.
Into being. That's why I love my calendar.
That's why you love your...
I love my calendar.
Yeah?
I love it. It's like, you know, sometimes I think it's just a big part of, you know what I did? Sometimes I sit there like, you know what we should talk about too?
Yeah.
About my answering machine message. Because it's the best thing ever in life.
Wait, I think, hold on.
No. Are you really going to do this?
Yes.
Are you really? This guy loves my greeting.
To retort to your no. Yes. Can you not pick
he
up?
He loves to call me and listen to my message on my answering machine.
Let's just hear Dr. D's voice.
Because I say as soon as possible tonight.
You shouldn't tell them what's going to happen. Don't ruin my surprise. My witch's cauldron. My witch's broom. It's ringing. It's ringing.
Here we go.
It's ringing.
Unbelievable.
It is. Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Hey, this is Dr. Jerry Parker with WPS International. I'm sorry I missed your phone call, but I'm looking forward to get back to you as soon as possible. Leave your name, number, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Oh, that's awesome! Wait.
I'm not changing it either.
You know what? Oh, no.
I'm not changing it.
I think there should be a Hall of Fame for voicemail.
I'm not changing
and that is in the Hall of Fame by my official vote.
I'm not changing it.
So, yeah, I mean, are you going to get back to me as soon as possible?
As soon as possible.
But you set a very high expectation.
I know.
With that message.
I didn't mean that when I made the message.
Yeah, I'm like, you better be getting back to me in the next 15 seconds. Like, I'll talk to you in the next 15 minutes, Dr. D.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you in 10 minutes. That's okay. I'll talk to you in 10 minutes.
We're probably talking about 15 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to tell you some other things I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to take this squash, and this is some butternut squash, and I'm just going to put this straight up into my broth. And remember that once that chicken is nice and seared, it's got a little bit. Yeah, it's got a little bit. We want to get some nice color on that chicken. Once that chicken's nice and seared, we're gonna put that in here as well.
Inside the pot?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
And we've got a couple vegetables here that we're gonna throw in as well, but we're gonna get on those a little bit later. And squash is going in. And that's, the squash is going to add, of course, we love nutrients, I'm all about nutrients. But in addition to the nutrients, it's going to add some flavor. It's going to add some color. Nutrients?
Yeah.
You like nutrients?
I do.
So in addition, yeah, but it's also going to add some color. It's going to add a little bit of sweetness. And it's going to add a little bit of thickness to basically the curry.
She's not used to the show. She's like, when are we eating?
I love when people come on the show and start making demands. I'm like, welcome to the universe. Come on, you're in space.
We got a little time.
Yeah? Okay.
Are you getting angry if that's what you're saying?
She's gonna go alter beast. You're gonna get incredible. If you're gonna go alter beast, let me know so I can be prepared. That's what happens though. The show breaks you down so it can build you back up. You know? By her third time on the show, she's gonna be gone. That's what happens. Even the viewers will call in and they'll be crying.
Really?
You don't even know this. I took my,
We did have a hot dog correspondent.
We have our own official hot dog correspondent. I'm putting in some cherry tomatoes. And I'm also going to drop in some non-cherry potatoes. Yeah, we're going to put in some of these potatoes. And what's going to be cool about the potatoes is we're going to be, well, Dr. D has to go by 8. So, you guys will be fed and, everything by 8. I don't know. See, in my,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
I wanted to open a restaurant called Cauldron and have it be all soups.
That's not true.
Yeah, ask Jay Jones. Yeah, me and Jay Jones were gonna do it. Yep.
All soup?
All soups.
Really?
I love soups. Yeah, and like soupy types of things. No, but like we were all raised differently. But my family, my grandma would cook, right? And as a little kid, you were like, when's it gonna be ready? I'm hungry and all that type of thing. And I don't mean to, Jack, I don't mean to say anything bad. I'm just saying but then once you start to cook, you realize how much work, how much time and attention it takes, and how I could give you want some uncooked rice, and I'm not saying no, but it's like you're getting a certain you're getting a certain product. You're getting a certain product. Yeah, it's like it takes a long time because it's prepared a certain way.
Well, in my defense,
what's your?
I'm smelling it. It smells good, so naturally I want to eat it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment.
You know what's worth the win. You got it.
But I'm just gonna let you. We do call stuff out on the Chef Kas Show. Dr. D calls me out. But you gotta be prepared. The reality is, Dr. D knows that he's got to say something that's just that's just truth. That I'm basically gonna understand and agree with, because it's we get into it sometimes. We get into it, which is good. You gotta throw down a little bit to train harder to get stronger. Because this is the dojo. This is the dojo. This is the dojo of life. If you can't do it amongst your friends, how can you do it? You're gonna get destroyed in the real world. And we talked about that in Capoeira. We talked about that in Capoeira. We train the hardest with our own group, so that when we go out, our group being our friends, and when we go out to play with other people, we got our stuff together.
Well, it's good to have healthy debates with people you're close with, and in that the people in that group don't take it personally.
Amen.
And don't take it like, the show, Chef Kas and I, we'll get on each other, but, we're always friends. We're always friends.
It's not with a mean spirit.
No.
It's just, I think that our nature and what makes us both awesome is we say what we think. Is we just do. There's something funny about this.
We're both awesome.
Do you disagree with this statement?
I'm not disagreeing. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna edit this
She's like,
tonight.
no.
I want to not sleep tonight. I have this list of 20 things. I'm gonna do this on Friday. I had a good workout this morning. You know what I did with my workout this morning? I used bands, elastic bands. The connected ones, and all these, because my hips need to get stronger, so I can do more, more shoving up drawers.
I can show you some really good hip exercises, man. I got some great.
So we do a movement in Capoeira, right? We call it Esse Dobrado, where you swing one leg here, and then you basically flip up your other leg. And whenever I do it, I feel it in here. How can I strengthen that?
I can show you very easily.
Sunday?
A lot of the Sunday, I'll show you right now. Chef Kas got my house, by the way.
Booyah!
A lot of hip flexor. We'll do some angle resistance hip flexor, hip abduction work. It's good.
Do you know Corey Buck? Okay. He does myofascial release therapy.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
But he's a guy in Vegas, so I'm thinking about doing that. He was
There's a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. But I think it's time for some body blows. Body blow, body blow, body blow. Bah, bah. Just do a few. I'm telling you, it's gonna make you feel
I've done some body blows.
Do it.
Here we go. Body blows, body blows.
You're getting into it there. You want to do a few?
Jackie, I'm into this. Like, I'm okay. Jackie's turning the knee like 7 shows.
No, but you got, look, it's your Friday. I know you've worked a long week. Dr. D's no baby in the house tonight. You know. Thank you, Mrs. D.
There's a baby.
Thank you, Mrs. No, but not here. I mean,
not here. No.
In the house.
She's been here on the show before.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Not in the house tonight. I'm making a reference to that. So no, but thank you, Mrs. D, for taking care of the baby. Well, Dr. D's wife. It's like old school, you know?
You know what's funny about this? Is you're coming over on Sunday. Jackie's coming over on Sunday. She's going to garden with my wife.
Very cool. I like gardening.
Got some lettuce growing back.
So at this point, just to let you know, we're just kind of letting this chicken finish up.
Wow, look at that.
Looking nice,
It does look kind of like a blackened chicken almost, you know?
And that's going to bring out different elements in the spices. When you toast your spices, it's going to have a different flavor, just like you just referenced. You know, a blackened Cajun salmon or a blackened Angus beef. You know, it's going to have a different taste. Now, I wouldn't I wouldn't make that use. Well, it depends. What I'm doing, my intention here was to blacken it in the oven, and then because we put it into the liquid, all that black, it's not going to stay on the chicken.
Yeah.
When you get the chicken, that will no longer be on there, and especially because there's no skin attached, right? The skin was still on there, you might have that droopy skin. And I don't mind skin, I'm not one of these people who's like, I never eat skin, I don't eat it most of the time, but if I'm doing something in a braise, you end up with like this slimy, you know, piece of, it doesn't break down like meat. You know, like muscle does, because it.
I like how you put it in your bites.
No, because
you like this. You like doesn't break down like I break people down.
She's talking smack over there.
She's talking smack.
She's talking smack over there. But honestly, the thing is about, you have to understand about food. What are you eating? You will eat tongue. You will eat cheekbones. You will eat brain. You will eat liver. Why do you think it's called liver? Because it's literally the liver. And meat is muscle. What you're eating, generally, not 100% because there's also connective tissue, all these things, and when you get something stringy, everybody's had like that bite of the end of the chicken where you get like, you know, tendons. So
like the gristle that some people.
The gristle, that's another, but you're getting literally tendon. And when you learn to fabricate meat, like, you know, beef, chicken, you know, poultry, other things, you learn to take these things out or leave them in. And you know, certain types, certain cuts are going to have more of those things, and you're going to cook those things differently. That's why you wouldn't braise a filet mignon. Right, a filet mignon. One of the coolest things that I learned about was at University of Western Australia in one of the exercise science courses I took, because it really helped me understand, you know, what we're eating. Because what's the difference between white meat and dark meat? White meat is, think about what would be a white meat. It would be like a chicken breast, right? And those are used for very, very fast twitch, very you know, explosive things. You don't see chickens flying around. You see a chicken. No, you see a chicken when it needs to escape, right? It will do a very fast twitch movement. Same thing with like alligator. If you've ever had alligator, those cuts of meat tend to be a little more dense, a little bit more tough, and you know, those are the things like that. A fillet is going to be also known as a tenderloin. Okay, that's going to be coming from the back of a cow, and those are the types of meats that are going to be used continuously, and those are going to be very tender. Okay, so the cow always has to stay in like that position, right? So that muscle is always going to be constantly used, but it's very infrequently used for explosiveness. You want to finish that line off?
Don't worry.
Okay. And so, you know, when you think about the different types of things you eat, also think about fish. The muscular structure of fish is based on how a fish swims, and what type of, you know, if it's in fresh water, if it's in the ocean, but also just that particular fish, how it behaves. And I love this stuff because you can make sense of what we're doing. I like to be able to explain. Before you were like, oh, you're thinking too much. Well, sometimes it's good to explore, you know.
Can I tell you something? I'm impressed right now. I'm extremely impressed. I'm always impressed by your knowledge. But you took it to a whole nother level, I feel, brother. I'm impressed.
is why we do it. I never.
That was impressive. That was
This is
impressive.
why we do it. I'm always trying to bring
People
something
need to
new.
know more of that about you. You got skills, man.
Thank you.
Chef Kas is the best food I've ever tasted. I'm not joking. I would not lie about that. I wouldn't lie about that. Everything I've had from this guy has been.
And like Dr. D said that to me like early on, but I was like, eh. But then he told me about a lot of the restaurants that he's eaten at. And Vegas is definitely a culinary mecca. It's not New York because it's not like the real thing, like authentic. But at the same time, you have a lot of very high-end restaurants. I don't know, are there any Michelin? We got a few Michelin stars.
There's a few Michelin stars. There's a lot of creative chefs. And I like to go to creative restaurants where there's a lot of different, like a bar bistro. I really enjoy something like that. I like Jaleo or whatever. I like that. I like a China Poblano. Oh yeah, I love all that stuff. I like a good paella.
Let's do an eating out night soon. Maybe next week.
I'm gonna be in New Mexico for business, but Santa Fe for business.
When you're traveling, things are going well.
Is that true?
Do you travel when things are not? I mean,
I don't know.
Well, but like to be traveling, unless you're just traveling. Like I'm not saying be like an airplane attendant, but they got a cool life.
Traveling.
I think traveling is like one of those things when you start being able to travel, it's a sign that like you're doing things right.
Well, you know what's cool also, like I don't mean to get off with that.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
But like eating with food, like one of the things I love the most about Las Vegas.
Did you say eating with food?
Is brunch. I know that was weird. It's like as soon as possible. Las Vegas has some of the best brunch ever.
Tell us where.
And
I like Simon. Where else?
Simon is good brunch, but the best brunch in town is at DW Bistro. We had a meeting the other day at DW Bistro for that. And I'm telling you, the brunch there is unbelievable. First Food and Bar has a great brunch as well. And First Food and Bar at the Palazzo. And another brunch.
Hey, where's that place you ate the other day that's like it's like New Cafe or something like that?
New Cafe.
It's like very different. Like I was told about it from the Vegas bloggers. But
I don't know. I can't remember. I mean,
it's it's a very different place. It's down near Summerlin. It's like a very unique sort of approach to food, very fresh food.
Oh, Daily Kitchen.
Yes.
Yep, I just ate there this morning.
I did have the words right. Just.
Actually, that's a good place to have a meeting and have breakfast because everything there is extremely healthy but very tasty. A lot like your food.
Thank you.
A place we should go for brunch is Valentino's. I've never been there, but it's at the Venetian. And I heard that they have been. Las Vegas Weekly said last week they probably had the best brunch in town. That's what I heard. So that's something
I just wanna.
Daily Kitchen.
No,
Valentino's.
First Food and Bar. If you tweet them, they'll tweet you back. They're awesome. They're so awesome.
Tweet the crap out of them.
Daily Kitchen is by
I need to have one of my people there.
It's one of the groups that have it. It's a restaurant.
Dude, I'm scheduling one of my interns for next show.
I love it. Next show.
Oh man, my kicks are wicked. I can do. I do
You
damage.
got a snap in that. That's pretty good.
I do damage. That's my kick.
You're like internally combusting.
That's why Kimberly came over today, right? And I was like, of course, in my robe. Yes! Did it! Booyah! Slam to the mat!
That damn robe you wear all the time. Every time he comes out, he's like, hey. It's like a robe.
Dude, I'm the Hugh Hefner of the kitchen. The Hugh porn star. That's what's up. That's what I want to be. Chef Kas is the Hugh Hefner of the kitchen. So, I came out.
Yeah, she's been to the mansion. She's been to like the parties in the mansion. I'm not that.
I've been in the room that the whole floor is a mattress. Like not like there's a separate mattress, but the floor
itself. It does not surprise me that you've been there.
And it's all mirrored, even the ceiling. That was a good time. So shout out to David Kane. Shout out to Matt. I'm not sure I forget his last name, but he brought us. We were in LA a while back, a few years ago. But no, it's a good time. But I got naked too in the grotto.
Alright, so
I did just put some ginger in
we're
here.
not going there.
There will be no show at the mansion.
There's no shame in the Chef Kas Show.
There are sweet potato pie.
They're not ready for that.
No, let's
You're not ready. There's no shame. Why? Getting naked?
No, it's not ready for the Chef Kas Show. It's above. No, it's above. It's beyond.
It's up, and away. All right, so basically, I think we're gonna be ready to close. Yeah, it's just,
I like that meat.
You look at all the videos. Oh my god.
That was delicious. Valentino's is like a wild boy.
you wanna do some candles?
Yeah. Let's see the product. You ready for the product?
If you want to flip the thing.
Okay.
Editing moment.
You know what that looks like, kind of? And of course it's not. It looks. Remember that product, Shake and Bake? What am I doing?
I was kind of thinking that.
Looks like Shake and Bake.
Let's not put it on mute. We want people to have audio. There we go. Wait, no. It was flipped already. There you go. It does kind of look.
It looks like Shake and
I
Bake.
used that a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I got my.
Is that
manly
it?
figure.
Is that how that
Shake and
happened?
Bake.
Shake and Bake? Has anybody eaten Shake and Bake?
Shake and Bake. Chef Kat, the healthy chef.
If you still eat Shake and Bake, tweet us.
You know, I made a thing like that was like similar, except it was like Mexican Shake and Bake.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
How do you put like what do you do Mexican Shake and Bake? I mean,
I don't know.
put on there
Like
like
a Mexican grocery store.
Did it say
I just
Mexican?
come back from Mexico actually.
Yeah, that was what happened.
Yes, that is my story.
Mm.
Alright, so we're just basically taking these off, putting them into the liquid, and we're gonna braise these for about 30 to 45.
Increasing the volume of the liquid of the pot.
You know, we just want to get them nice and tender. Now, we were talking before about different types of meat. Now, you've got chicken legs and chicken thighs, which is great. This is, I would, again, being healthy, healthier, these are not types of cuts of meat you want to eat. These are what would be considered dark meat, right? Think about how they're functioning. They're being used often, right? They're not being used for explosive movements.
They're more oxidative in nature.
More oxidative. That's what's up. That probably has something to do with their color, and
of course.
In other, that's also, I actually can't tell you why we have white meat and red meat, but that's something else that would be interesting to find out. So these are going to be much more tender pieces of meat, whether you're braising them or not. These are going to be ultra tender braised, but they really didn't even need to be braised. We're going to pull them out. The reason I want to do it in this fashion is because this curry is now going to get all those juices and all the parts from all that meat. And what I'll actually do, just because we do have, we're basically waiting on the curry to, cook a little bit longer now, and we can have some more conversational time a little bit, is I'm going to scrape all this goodness off of the pan.
Yeah.
And Dr. D, I'm not going to lie, I might just have you do this.
Okay.
You want to set this up, but we're going to scrape all this, and to be honest, if you were just making, a traditional American chicken dish, this is what you would be using for the gravy.
Oh, okay.
You'd be taking all this stuff, right, and you'd be adding it into your gravy because this is just flavor right here. Of course, the spices, but the spices are dry, right? So
right.
What do you think is holding all these spices together? All those liquids that came out of the chicken, part of that fat, and part of that a little bit of the skin, but it's just all flavor. And I'm gonna scrape right into this into the tin foil, and we're gonna pull the tin foil off and just pour all that. There's a little bit of that chicken.
Pour it into it, yeah.
In there. We got a big pot of our curry here.
Yeah.
And as a result of having that big pot, I'm not worried about having this little bit of oil in there. It's going to actually add a little bit of mouthfeel. Which is very important in food. You want to have that nice, a little bit of viscosity in your mouthfeel, just a little bit of thickness, and I'm not going to make any comments.
No comments.
No comments about viscosity and thickness and mouthfeel.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm not saying anything.
You did not say that. That's enough.
I'm just talking about food.
There's a lady around here. You're like, I know.
All the more reason.
Oh gosh.
So,
gee willikers.
We all live in this society.
We live in this world.
We live in this world. And what I'll actually have you use is this fish spatula.
Okay. Want me to set this down here?
Yeah.
All right, here.
Set it down, set it off.
change the viewing here.
Now it's plant view time.
It's plant time.
Hey, I thought your wife was getting me a plant. What happened?
I know.
Nice.
There's facts on some things like that.
Take it? And when you do it, just make sure it goes.
Of course.
But
Huh?
Hello?
you guys need water? Do you guys want? Yeah, we need a couple glasses.
My wife just got a bunch of worms. Yeah, she likes worms. She's composting.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Preparing the box for the worms. But you'll see.
I tried to compost. I thought it just involved putting a lot of garbage in my
No,
plant.
it's actually a very intricate process.
I have an uncle who
Very
does
good.
a lot of compost. He lives in Vermont, and he does composting, trash, and I mean not trash, like gardening. I don't know what trash is.
It's not easy, you know. I mean, it's like it's really like it's like you really got to know what you're doing to do something like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of studying, you know, understanding.
Yeah, and there's a science to that, all that stuff
There's
too.
science, you know, temperatures, all that stuff, you know.
Yeah. And I find it really interesting, and that's why I'm like I want to have astronomy professors and stuff on the show, because like as much as I know, I learned most of that from professors. You know, I want people with a lot more knowledge than I have coming on here and telling us what's up. You know, teaching the viewers. And I do have one guy actually that he said he was down to come on the show.
Yeah.
His name is Dr. Thomas Brewer, and what he does is he does microscopy, which is blood analysis on a screen. So you're actually looking at your blood while he is, you're looking at it at the same time. And they use it, people use it for health, but he looks actually at the different types of blood cells, and he can tell you based on their shapes what's going on in your body.
Right.
So you're understanding yourself on a microbiological level.
Can you do that while we're on the show? Look at our blood.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to do the show there. We'll have to go. Holy crap! We have 3,000 views, 3 billion viewers.
3,000 or 3 billion.
I'm sorry, 3 billion, 3,000. I'm just sorry. So I'm gonna saute some eggplant, and that's gonna, like I was talking about with the squash. And that squash, just so you know, was full. I did a butternut squash. I roasted the whole thing in the oven at 350 degrees until it was nice and brown on the outside. I let it sit, which helps you, keep the steam in. And when you keep that steam, and you know what else is helping me get it better about this on the show, to be honest? Because I have a lot of people that are working with me now. I have to explain a lot of these things to them. So it kind of reminds me of different things that, like, when I'm on my own, I almost take for granted. But now I'm working, I don't mean it in any disrespectful way, but I'm working with a lot of novices. And I'm still, very much young in my learning. I'm not saying I know everything. I just know a little bit more than the average person, So that's kind of where we're at. How you feeling right now? How you guys feeling? Hungry?
Great.
You'll get there. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Do you like Southeast Asian food? Exotic cuisine? If you didn't like it, then I feel bad. I'd make you something else. Yeah, I'd make
Has to be you.
Well, it's nice hanging with the guy that's gonna go to the farm for a while.
No, it'd be good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's why I like, the thing is, Chef Kas, you're gonna get food that is out of bounds. It's gonna be very different. It's not gonna be the standard fare. Even when we did breakfast, it wasn't the standard breakfast.
Yeah, what
It was
kind
like,
of stuff did you get for breakfast?
well, one that was a French toast last time with like a raspberry combo, right, with some fried turkey.
Everything, nothing is that, like, it's hard because with food, you want something that's totally different, right? And in reality, nothing's going to be, like, unless you don't, like, everybody can remember the first time they ate sushi. I remember the first time I ate Ethiopian food.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Have you had Ethiopian?
I have.
Have you had Ethiopian? It's really cool. It's just, it's a different eating
thing.
style. The way you eat it.
Different eating style.
The food itself is somewhat familiar, and at that point I still hadn't really explored that much with food, but they take the food is put on this it's not really like a bread, but that's the closest thing that you can relate it to, and it's like spongy, and you actually tear the bread off and eat it with the bread. There's no utensils or anything like that. You're
Okay.
dipping
It's a
it
very
in.
hand-driven food.
Okay.
And this, you know what? If you guys want to, we can eat with our hands tonight. You certainly don't have to. But in Bangladesh, that's for over 2 years. That's how I ate with my hands. So I think I'm going back. I think I'm bringing it back to the old school. Because I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you want to get down, to show you the way. Bangladeshi food.
Is this good or anything else? Looks pretty good. I'm like I licked it almost.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to do around a dish, that would be good because we're getting thin. And I put a couple cups out here for you guys if you guys want to take some water. There's the cooler right there.
Just so I think it's thin. Is it all right if you get a container for my wife?
Yeah.
I know. I told her
That's part of the equation.
Part of the equation. She wants some Bengali food. But let me tell you, she ain't gonna get it if
Right. There you go. And that's like one thing that I feel cool about it. It's like, having the experience I had in Bangladesh is pretty, unique, and learning, now being a chef and being able to incorporate that. I actually am a recipe award-winning contest guy. I wanna, for one of my recipes, which was Bengali based. Thank you.
You are. I tell people all the time, you're brilliant. I talk about you at least 3 times a week. But
that's why when Jackie got here, I was like, would Dr. D, because she was like, what did I get myself into? I'm like, Dr. D did not give you the verbatim,
No.
You wanted a surprise.
No.
You wanted a surprise? Okay.
I think he just likes to surprise me.
That's good. I think that says a lot about how he feels about you. That's a good thing.
Jackie's deep into my world.
Yeah?
Deep into it, man.
That's a good thing.
It's good,
Dr. D's world is a good world.
Chef Kas was a good world. It's good. There's certain people you want in your life,
Amen. And we're lucky because Vegas is an interesting place. I love it. It's just interesting who you meet, when you meet them, and we've talked about this story on the show before, how I was referred to talk to Dr. D like several times before I actually went and met with him, and then we met and we were like,
yes.
It was like,
remember that? I was
Flourished into a bromance.
yes.
Flourished into a bromance.
I knew the second I met that guy, I was like, that's the guy.
I would have put it more like Mars and like, another planet. I'm trying to think of all the other planets, but Pluto's like small, Uranus is not, and Venus is like female. Saturn. Or it was like Saturn and Jupiter coming together for the first time and just destroying all the other planets.
Except this guy gave me a weird look the first time I saw. You know what I'm talking about. He was like, and I was like, I didn't expect you to look like this.
Yeah, that's true. Because he's got this picture, he looks all old in his shirt.
What is this?
Maybe you need to hit this thing.
Oh, this is the water now.
No, you looked all like serious, and then you were like not serious.
I was not serious.
No, but it's I think it's a big part about learning about one another and all that stuff, and it's like most people. I feel like this is really like I don't know about a lot of I don't know about you, and you're much more like I don't know. I feel like you integrate yourself with people like as part of what you do, and I think I do too. It's just different, but like I generally feel like it's harder to make good friends at this age than it was.
I agree.
Some time ago.
Life is much different at this age than that than when you're younger.
Right.
And when you're younger, relationships are more about convenience. Like when you're in college, if that's what your path, or when it's more about convenient relationships. These are my buddies, I'm in school with them, blah, blah, high school, college. And as you get older, you add other things to the equation, like children, marriage, those things.
Right. Time becomes shorter.
A shift happens.
Right.
A shift happens.
Shift happens. All right. I just want to talk about.
Like downtown.
I'm putting this. I stirred up some of this eggplant, a little bit of olive oil, and then I use some of those crunchies from from the roasting of the chicken. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this, like, we talked about the garlic bacon, but I'm going to do it alternating, covering it and uncovering it. And that should get us a nice, caramelized eggplant a nice smooth texture, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to throw that into the curry. So all this stuff, we're going to do some vegetables separate, but this is just going to add to the flavor in that curry. So we're building it with different flavors. You know, one of the things that we talked about in culinary school at the Culinary Institute of America, which also thank you for your sponsorship, is the idea of building a sauce. Well, it's good because they're the leading culinary school in the world, and preparation is everything. And shout out because we appreciate it. So virtual pound.
Virtual pound.
So, I just want to recognize that one of the things that we talked about a lot in school was the idea of building a sauce, and that's that you're not like a lot of people think tomato sauce. Put in my tomatoes. Put in my mushrooms. Blah blah blah. I don't know a lot of people think that. Maybe I just think that a lot of people think that. And then you just gotta say, but you gotta build a sauce over time. Look at all the different things that we've added into what we're making here, and now it's kind of we're getting closer to a point where we can see that and see really all the things that are in there, and they're starting to come together, and that's what we're going to taste at the end. We're not going to taste all these disparate elements. We're going to taste one dish. I don't want to call it a sauce because that's not what it is. We're going to taste one curry, and there are going to be all these different notes. And Dr. D's going to be like, wow, I really like how the potato is all soft and it's absorbed the juices of the curry. And he's going to be like, I like how this sun-dried tomato is squishy, or this, we can put sun-dried tomatoes, we put those whole cherry tomatoes.
You like that. I noticed you like that.
Well, I like that you pay attention. When my dad eats my food, I told him, he just gobbles it down. He's like the gobbledygooker,
And then he claps a lot.
And he's like, best food ever! I wish he did that. My dad is like, yeah, this is pretty good. But you have to understand, he ate my grandma's food for his whole life, so he's not spoiled. That's probably why he gobbles it all down, because he's like, food good. My grandma was like, she could just, create gold. So that's kind of what we go from. We go for the gold standard.
Much respect to your grandma.
Yeah, shout out to Grandma Bubbles. She's watching over us. Right. She's down here in the Chef Kas kitchen, and so we got the picture of her. We showed that on the other.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was. It's funny because it doesn't seem like we've been doing the show for that long.
But it really has.
And Dr. D and I talked about this a little bit this week too. And I actually wrote a blog post about this week. Is persistence.
Yeah.
And there is nothing, and this is there's something this guy Mike Dooley talks about a lot too. Is there is nothing that's not possible. All you have to do is keep doing it. If you cut yourself short because you don't think you're going to do it, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to do it. And it's like the great quote, and somebody actually said this to me yesterday. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Right.
And I mean, what's more true than that?
Either option is if you believe you can, if you believe you can.
Yeah. And the only thing that makes a difference, and by the way, I'm just scraping more of this gravy, this chicken goodness, and I'm putting it right into the pot. You wanna take over this?
Yeah.
This is good. So just be kind of gentle because obviously the tinfoil rips, but scrape whatever you can, and then feel free to deposit it as you get kind of
into the cauldron there.
Alright, so now, and we've done brown rice a number of times on the show, but never hurts to see it again. I feel like every time I do my rice, I can get better at it. I don't care how many times I do it, every time I try to make it a little bit better. And today we did a really nice rice pilaf, right, with the onions and the garlic. And I could have put some ginger into this rice too, but we got the ginger in the curry. So I'm just now going to fluff the rice, releasing the steam, right? And when you release the steam, you stop the cooking process. At least to some extent, whatever extent is possible. And we're also going to be now mixing in those onions, mixing in that garlic. And this rice is nice and soft, which you might not want. You might want some more al dente rice, but this is good for a Bengali dish where we're going to be using our hands if we like, it's going to be easy to pick it up. And the funny thing about using your hand, this is good television right here. That's why the New York Times, an official sponsor, has called us the greatest show ever created by humans.
By humans, not by monkeys.
By live humans.
By live humans.
Yeah.
Live humans.
Live humans.
Not dead presidents.
Another level.
It's you know, they said this about the show because one of the because
He said this about the show.
because one of the elements of the show is that we, you know, we're bringing knowledge. I wish I could rewind right now so I could remember what we talked about.
He said this about the show. Like it's so real.
Hey, if I can see it.
You and R. Kelly. Remember when that one episode we said that guy's name was
I know,
L. Kelly?
That was a good show.
That was a good show.
There was a week when I listened to that R. Kelly. I just made R. Kelly Pandora radio station, and I had like 20 different versions of I Believe I Can Fly, and it was like the only song that I would listen to for like a whole week. Like I would just listen to it for 20 minutes at a time.
I could see
and
you
just
doing
get
that.
myself pumped up.
I could see you doing
Yeah.
that. I could definitely do that.
Wait, but what was I talking?
At the New York Times.
No, the hand eating. No, this is why.
Yes, the
this
hand
is
eating.
why. You know, so
That's right.
So I think when you eat with your hand, it's actually technique. Like when first time I tried to eat with my hand, it all went down my, you know, because
Yeah.
you don't eat with two hands, because
Right.
you do something else with your left hand in Bangladesh, and you know what I'm saying. So you just don't want to be using that hand for food. It's just that's just how things go down. You know, it's funny because even if you shake someone's hand with your left hand, it's like a disrespectful thing.
Yes, yes.
One time I shook the director of the organization I was working for because I was teaching English, and it was called the DYD, Department of Youth Development. Juba Olidapta. That's how you say it in Bengali. I shook his hand with my left hand for some reason. I think I had like my papers or something. He was so offended. I didn't know it in that moment, but like the other one of my colleagues, he came up to me, you know, Bengali guy, and he's like, you know, you shook his hand, and he was offended. It's like something we would never, ever think. But there, it was like such a big deal. It was like, you know, overly dramatic because people are like, sensitive about.
Yeah, it was all really dramatic. Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. The custom culture.
So eating with your hand takes skill. By the time I left Bangladesh, man, I was like pro. So it's been a minute. Not gonna lie, you did awesome with that. You killed that. That's like better than I could have done.
Details.
Amen.
Details.
Look at and I'm gonna show you.
Now the
this.
depositing of it could be a knife.
I don't think so. Just same thing, slow and steady.
Almost steady, time and attention.
I'm not touching. So eggplants, look at how nice this eggplant is.
That looks great. It's very caramelized, maybe looking almost. It looks
Yeah, well,
kinda
we're
like that.
caramelizing it, and it's also that because I put some of that stuff into here.
Yeah.
And you know, I actually think I'm gonna save the eggplant, and we're gonna just kind of use that as a garnish on top.
Cool. Just on top of it.
Yeah, make it
much
look
like
real
you
nice.
might put an egg on as a garnish on top.
Yeah, I've talked about that, right?
Yeah, you have.
do
You've
that.
done it, and I've repeated it with my wife.
Nice.
And stuff.
What did you use it with?
With the bulgur wheat, because I'm a huge bulgur wheat fan. After that one time, I was like, I don't know why I've not been eating
at
at a conference. I was like, why haven't I been eating this? This is so much better for me. I literally went that day to Whole Foods and I was like, I'm getting this, right? I scanned the aisle and was like, I need to buy this bulgur wheat. It's so good. And I'm just...
That's good stuff. That's alright, just watch it.
And it's like good. I got some couscous, you know, and a bunch of stuff, man. I was like, I'm ready to go. You know what's good about that stuff is like it's easy to make and it's quick. You know,
It is. It's much
quick to
quicker than
make.
brown rice.
It is. It's very quick. It's not like a pearl barley, which might take 45 minutes to an hour
There you
to
go.
make. You know,
Dropping names on them.
You know, listen, I'm a very astute observer of things.
Hey, that's how we learn, you know, paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's so much to learn, and if you seek out people who know what they're doing, or at least know more than you know, that's a good way. I'm just rocking out to my emotional music right now. That's actually good.
Well, that's what I think why I enjoy our company is like I feel like I'm rarely lifted up where I feel like I need to learn things. And when I come here, I feel like I learn about something that I'm passionate about. It's good to have a passion, but nothing to have a passion and learn.
Well, and it's cool because you really do have a desire to, you know, like I think there's like a lot of people who are like foodies, but then the other thing is you not only have the desire, but you help create the opportunity for yourself by saying, you know, let's get together and do this because, you know, you're getting something out of it, I'm getting something out of it, but like what we're each getting out is so different, you know? It's like, I would love to do this on my own, but it just doesn't have the same, you know, it's a little bit different. And I think that even doing it now a little bit by myself and editing it would be something that would be good. But, you know, like this kind of interaction gives another medium, you know, gives an opportunity for us to do more than just talk about cooking. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so much fun is because we're always centering around the food. We're rotating around it. You know, our gravitational orbit is around food.
Very nice. Those skills right there.
That was me, you know, citing the astronomy professor.
I'm telling you, that was definitely skills, man.
And with the rice, and I've had to explain this to, you know, the people who are working with me a lot, you don't want to continuously fluff it, because remember, then you're starting to get into that, like, kind of like breaking down the grains. You just want to release that steam, you know? You don't want the steam to sit in there, because then you're going to end up with some rice on the top and some rice on the bottom that have totally different textures. You're going to end up with some really soft rice and some less soft rice, or more soft rice, or something. And
I feel like food is interesting in that it can be very complex sometimes. Like I
Yes.
watch the show Chopped, and I'll see that people will be using like molecular gastronomy or something like that, and that like I don't understand that. I mean, I guess it's more I don't know, like chemistry. I don't know.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it's using like kind of some of these elements I'm talking about and breaking them down even further.
Right.
You know.
And then like I hear places have like gastropubs, and I don't understand what that means. You know.
It's a place where you go to get gas.
You have lots of gas. Stuff like I'm like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting to me, those terms.
No, I agree.
Reconcile
I'm not going to have an answer at this very moment in time because we're kind of getting to that. We're kind of getting that, you know, that finish time.
Oh,
you know, I want you guys to get fed. I want everybody on the show to you know, be satisfied. I don't want anybody to be disappointed. You know, that's one of my roles is I get, you know, and it's funny because I think Kimberly was a little bit of the same way where it was like, you know, it's like you got to prove it, you got to show me. I think Jackie even had some of my food at CTF.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You bought some extra food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came up to me, right, and you were like, I want.
Well, I
No, but I said
Dr.
to.
D. I was like, can I get some food?
No, because you know I got hired, and it was funny because like people get coming, I was like, Doctor, I want to make sure, you know, I want to make this official.
Yeah.
So I'm putting some carrots in, and that's gonna be just one more kind of different texture we're gonna get, and something like a carrot, you know, it's gonna be partly for the flavor, but I don't want to get like some soggy carrots. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you get those soggy carrots, I want something that has a little bit of a texture to it. So that's why I'm adding it basically towards the end here. And, you know, it's going to have a little bit of its texture left over. And that's another thing, you know, when you talk about time and attention, it's not just time and attention in general, it's when things are done. You know, so let's bring it back to kind of like the life analogy. You know, you have to have a kind of, what I like to think of as an order of operations. You know what I'm saying? Like in math, you would have an order of operations with how you solve the math problem. So you want to, like, if I had told you in the beginning, you know, here are all the components you're going to use, you don't really know anything yet because you don't know what to put in when. And it's not like I put in the carrots and the potatoes and the tomatoes and everything at the exact same time. And again, it goes to building the sauce. So I'm going to leave this with you. What I want you to do is fluff it, and when you see steam coming out, I'm gonna let you sit with it. When you see steam coming out, like a good amount, let it sit. Let the steam come off. Wait another minute or two.
And then fluff it
And
again?
then fluff, yes. And it's going to be a little bit, you know, there's a little less light over here.
Yeah.
And see how I'm being like kind of like delicate with
Yeah,
it?
you're just kind of surface.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Breaking it up, break up the grain. Right?
I think that's one thing I've been not doing as well when I'm personally cooking myself, as I go in a little bit too deep on the with the fork.
Hey, that's just your personality.
That was weird. Go too deep.
That's like that movie.
Inappropriate things happen on the show.
Inappropriate. I'm going to use the bathroom.
Yeah, of course you are. I'm going to be here out of the robot right now.
What?
Jackie, we have a meeting. We have that meeting at. So I'm going to talk about life in a second. I got it. You know that meeting on He'll edit this out. We have that meeting at 11 o'clock on Tuesday at Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah, I saw. I accepted.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I was hesitant to kind of do it, but.
Yeah, I know.
So let's see. But you know what? Right now I'm fluffing the rice, which is probably going to taste really delicious when it enters. Good. Don't you think this is going to be good?
Yeah.
You are starving right now.
Yeah.
You're literally about to fall over, and that's how I feel sometimes when I'm on the show. I'm like, that's why we always do like breakfast shows. What is that? Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah, but what do you want on the back of it?
You
Do you
know.
have like a mission statement or something that you go by?
You know what? I don't usually like anything on the back, honestly. I just
Nothing?
like to write notes on the back about
Okay.
people. I write notes about people. In case if I don't like them, then I write notes on the back, like evil.
Can we put like nothing? So nothing.
Yeah, I don't really
Okay.
usually put anything on
So
the
then I'll
back.
just say, make it blank.
Yeah, just make it blank. It's
Okay.
good. I think the easiest thing when you're doing a business card or you're doing anything in life is keep it as simple as possible. Keep it simple. You know what I always see with people that they always have like really flashy business cards, and I don't know. Again, one thing that I lecture about when I do lecturing with networking, like I was at PFI doing a lecture, and a student asked me and said, "Hey, you know, business cards, like what type of business cards?" This was like on Tuesday or Thursday I did the lecture. I said, just put nothing on the back, keep it very simple, because I mean, most people, I don't know necessarily that they go to look how pretty this is. I want to do business with this person. Their card's so pretty, you know.
Yeah.
More of like, what's the information on it?
Yeah, I like a
You know.
pretty business card.
Huh?
I like a pretty business card.
Yeah, see, I just like simple stuff. I just like really simple stuff.
But I want it to represent me. You see
Well,
my card.
it does represent you.
I know.
But I like to write
Flavor
notes on
profile.
people. I write
Okay.
notes on people, whether I like them or not. And because I don't remember a lot of the people. If I go to a networking event with 30 people and I get all those cards, I'm not going to remember all those people. So I want to know, who is this person? You know, were they funny? Were they energetic? Were they?
You're not talking about me.
Were they? I'm not talking about you.
Boring.
You're not, definitely.
No.
But I'm reading this really good book right now.
What?
And I don't really usually, I'll be honest with you. When I finish my doctorate, doing a dissertation takes all the fun out of reading books for you,
Hey, I'm
completely.
going to tell you one thing real quick.
Please.
Non-stick pans.
Yes.
Always be careful about stacking your cases or anything to be touching this. It's
Okay.
also metal.
Gotcha.
And this guy,
Yeah.
let's go through this.
Do you have a specific brand of pots you
I-
like?
Actually, one of the sponsors for the show, Tramontina. These are pretty good pans. You get these at Bed and Bath, which is obviously another great sponsor. But you can actually get some good pans at Sam's Club.
Feel free to send in some pans.
If you work with pans, you kind of starting to get it.
Starting to get it.
A
It's
little
not
bit
that hard.
So you see how I
Yeah,
go
I'd like
big?
to see your technique, like where you have your fingers placed on that.
Yeah, you want to have more control.
Okay, that's good to know, because I've not been doing this well when I'm at home, but you know,
I can see.
that's okay.
This is learning, right?
That's not a good way to teach.
Yes,
I
it
can
is.
see you're terrible at it.
I can see where you are.
You're not very good.
Guess what? You suck at it.
You have to acknowledge where you are to get to someplace else.
With my students, I would say, hey, listen, there's an area for improvement.
Hey, I know Charles.
Yeah, what about it?
What about it?
Yeah, what happened?
I'm waiting for us to,
A response or?
Well, I want to do we're going to be doing a class at PFI.
Oh yeah, he told me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a speaking engagement. That's what it is.
Yeah, we're going to be
essentially.
doing like a regular class sort of thing.
No, you should, because it usually becomes regular. Because I was just there Thursday doing my lecture, so
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It's really rewarding and beneficial because you're giving back to these students who. Just put it this way: they would never have access to a chef. Most of those students would never ever know a chef in their
We have
life.
130,000 viewers now.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
3,000.
you're talking about.
3,000 billion.
103.
But you're also talking about a segment of people
Okay.
who their diets are really, really bad. Really, really bad.
The people that they're
The
working
people that are, no, their diets. The trainers. And you got to think about the places where they live. There's no Whole Foods. There's no.
Why? Where they live?
Well, all the students come from all over the country, from from like literally middle of nowhere country, and they're not like making their stuff, like, oh yeah, I'm cooking. They're eating like McDonald's all the time and stuff like that.
That's horrible.
And they're
Yeah.
trainers. Wait,
And they're trainers, yeah.
See how you keep getting like clumps?
Yeah.
Break that up. Break all of
Okay.
it up. What your goal is to separate these all
Okay.
into separate.
Gotcha.
And
And
it's
then pull it
moist.
over.
It's
It's
moist.
moist, yeah.
It's moisturized.
You need to name this technique.
Yeah. 'Cause
Fluff it.
that's for something
Food
else.
porn star.
Yeah.
You got to stop with that food porn stuff.
I already have the website.
No,
Food
not
porn
you
star.
don't. Come on.
You want to put money on that?
Yeah, I put money on it. That's terrible.
How much money we put in?
No,
20
but
bucks?
no. You know what? I won't put it past you.
Yeah.
You probably have it.
Not
Disgusting.
only do
You'll
I
be
have
the
it.
first and the last time I'm allowed to come here.
Oh, jeez.
You're allowed. No, you're always allowed. But I want to see like mad tweets though. That's how you pay for the food. Tweets and Facebook posts. And other things, Pinterest.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, I'm on Pinterest.
Yeah. No, but I got Chef Kas.
You got pictures on Pinterest.
I need to get one on my.
Yeah, I like this song.
Yeah.
I think we didn't do a breakdown of this, but I think maybe we did. We did. We totally did. Yeah, we did. We definitely did.
Kale.
Love kale. Eat it because of Chef Kas. I love eating kale. Something that and you know how I am. I hate a lot of stuff, but because of the show, I'm eating a lot of these things. Did we definitely do a breakdown of this song? Trying to get your technique. This is harder than it looks, man. It's true.
Yeah.
Shows the skill level, man. Let's not go to culinary school.
Hey, I didn't go to. I don't know my.
I did my doctorate. That's what it is. They tell
My
you how to
doctorate-
behave
I
properly.
have my doctorate in awesomeness.
There you go.
I have a life doctorate in being awesome.
You're getting an honorary doctorate. What I was going to say before was I'm reading this really awesome book. It's called The No Asshole Rule.
Okay.
Really good book by Dr. Sutton. He's Stanford. Faculty member at Stanford.
Okay.
And basically the whole rule of the book is that, hey, don't hire assholes.
Okay.
And on your team, as you have a team, and I have a team, and all that stuff, is you can't have assholes on your team because they're negative.
Okay.
And when you have negative people on your team, they bring down all the goodness in your life, And what's cool is he brings a lot of research into it about how this is not just me spouting up opinion, but that there is a huge amount of disconnect between people when they have teams and units, and your team can't flourish if you have a bunch of assholes on your team, basically. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's true. If you invite that negative element, like you're talking about, the negative stuff, into your life, that's going to start creeping into all facets of things you do.
Sure. And I think that it's always going to be relevant because I always think about how perspective-wise, you could have two people who are on such different planes of existence that one considers the other one an asshole, and the one who's being considered the asshole could just be in a teaching moment, But
it has to be respectful, though. It can't just be malicious, and that's
right. Well, it has to have intention.
Yeah, and people who are malicious and they're consistently malicious, those are assholes, like certified assholes.
I don't know, but honestly, for me, even talking about that, it's I don't want to say negative. It's just not. That has a nice little bite, and these little salt.
But you got to talk about those things though, because that's shying away from the actual topic. Then and you got to confront topics that are sometimes difficult.
I'm not saying I don't have some understanding, but I think for me, it's you deal with that in the moment of that person. You have in that moment when you need, because I think it's also just too easy to put someone in a box, and see this person. I always think about it as a behavior, and I actually learned this.
Behavior is my sport, man. Believe me.
Yeah, well, I was working for a company, and this and my boss basically said, we don't want you to change, we just want your behavior to change. And it was this mind-blowing concept for me. At the moment, I was just I took it very personally. But when you say something like that, it depersonalizes it. And yeah, I'm not saying it shouldn't be talked about. It's just how do you talk about it? I think you have to talk about it in a very objective sense, and even in talking about it objectively, using the word. I guess it's just the word asshole. The word asshole itself is not. There's nothing almost positive that can come from calling someone an asshole. Instead, you could say, "This is what you're doing, and this is why that's affecting other things in a not so positive way."
I think what the point of it was is that. In a context of a setting where it's academia and it's grant research writing and it's very popular and that's not the terminology that's ever used in that setting. So it was a little bit of it's a different approach in a very academic setting.
Okay. I understand.
And you know what I mean? Like it's
So
not
he was
like
kind of
I get your
exploring
I get
almost what
your
an asshole is.
Yeah, it's like let me operationally define, and that's what it does in the book. Is let me operationally define what that is.
Right. Okay.
And he was going
That
against the
makes
grain, like the Harvard Business Review published an essay on that, and then he made it into the book. And he was like, "Hey, I thought that they wouldn't publish this because of the word that I was using." And he said, "But if I'm defining it and providing research about it, it gives credence to it. I'm just not spouting off and saying, oh, you know, that's an asshole." You know?
Sure.
But I thought it was interesting, just in the fact that if you just bring it down to a negative, like I can make that very real. As an employer, you know, at Club Bridges, I have had people on my team who they have not been the best of people in their behavior. They're good, they're fine, you know, but their behavior in the work setting wasn't what the culture that I wanted to represent in that, you know.
Can I ask you one favor while you're talking?
Yes.
Can you help me just do like whatever there's to clean up, like any stuff on here, so that when you like at 8, you know, the more stuff that's clean for me, the better position I'm in. Even in terms of putting stuff away, like now these plates that are out, I have this set up. But like anything that's dish, I'll start putting stuff over there. And like even like, I'm gonna start putting like shelves and stuff away. And this is all gonna be edited out. Yeah. But it's cool. Like I'm really gonna do, you know, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna do it. Like I want to stay up tonight and do it. You know, do the things that I was gonna do tonight. But like if I don't do it now, like when am I gonna do it? You know?
Yeah. Well, it's all the things are out. Just throw it down on the list, you know.
And like you know, even like the countertops where we can get set up to actually eat.
So I just did my first Instagram photo on Connected Fitness.
Yeah, all right. Sweet. Nice. All right.
I promise I will get better at this.
Of course you will, because of time and attention.
Time. Yeah.
It's repetition. You know.
Yeah.
In terms of getting better, it's right. You know, it's funny because you're not automatically going to get better with time unless you put that attention in. But attention still needs time.
It's a relationship that works together.
If you want to put some of the stuff that are in the racks, I'll tell you what, put this into that in the fridge. On one of the bottom 2 shelves, not on the top shelf. The top shelf likes to freeze things. It likes to freeze stuff.
Yeah.
That's its thing.
It likes it.
Yeah.
With attention.
Let me give you some of these things. And get up on one of the stools and throw it over there. Again, contribute to the collection. So we're just adding a little bit of kale. And I've got some asparagus, and I'm just like slowly sauteing that asparagus. I like to get the asparagus a little bit of color, nice and soft. And everything else is pretty much ready. You know, at this point, you know, it doesn't hurt to have this braise cooking a little bit longer. Unlike other, you know, that's one reason I like braising too. Is like unlike other forms of cooking protein, where you need to have it exactly at that minute. You know, coming out of the oven, everything else is ready, everything is hot. This is like, you know, you can get your ladle and, you know, take it out as you need it.
Stand on this one?
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta go there. Wow. Just don't put it above the fridge. Any place above the fridge. There you go. That's the stuff right there.
Wasn't born yesterday, guys.
Not the first time. I don't want, you know, you gotta eat the food.
Of course. I really want to step on the stuff, but
Come on. Alright, so we are just about getting there. What I'm going to start to think about now, and this is what you want to be thinking about at home, is what you're going to be doing in terms of plating. We've talked about this, you want to put the shelf back together.
try. I'm not really good.
No, I know. You're not so handy either, huh?
Yeah, I'm horrible.
Yeah, when I got that at Target, I just like broke the whole thing.
Seems simple enough, but we'll see.
And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. Yeah, like little devices. Yeah. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna like be thinking about how I'm gonna plate everything up, and I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna pick your plates out first, and then I'm gonna do like one photo plate. Is that cool?
Photo plate.
So I'm gonna feed and make sure you guys get fed.
You're close.
You gotta get it going. So first we need rice.
Rice right here.
Texture do you want?
Let's see. Right. I've always had something like that. Yeah.
Keyboard over here.
Okay.
You know what this is like? You watch PCI, right?
Yes.
Like sometimes during the commercial, they'll like just show footage of them.
Yeah. Pardon the interruption.
That's like this whole show.
This is the show.
Like,
The whole show is the interruption part.
Red kale and juice. Never liked that.
Kale is amazing. I didn't know the goodness until this year.
You will feel it. You will live it. The kale. The kale will.
Yeah, he's like, I don't really want to talk about that.
Part of the show.
I'm
It is
not
part of the
supposed
show,
to
though.
eat too much of it. Actually, she told me I shouldn't, but
Yeah.
it's highly acidic.
You live a little.
Keep this guy away from me.
Oh,
Where's who? I want to know. I'm not saying they're wrong. I just want to know because there's a lot of different. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different
Not
dietary
that
philosophies.
yeah, it's good. It's just, but apparently it's acidic.
Do you have reactions to acid foods?
Yeah, I can't have too much of it.
Okay. Yeah. No, and different, different
It's
people.
a pain in the butt.
like that.
Huh?
When it comes to food sometimes.
Yeah, but you know what? You need to know what works for you.
Yeah.
If you know that, then you'll be good.
Delicious as usual, man.
Do my best. I'm actually gonna play. Don't go anywhere with that.
Where are you? Same thing here?
Actually, if you want to
Which
do
one is
camera,
which one is is this for us and then
yeah,
there's one?
yeah. So
Deuces. That's what this song is. Deuces.
So we're gonna take a little bit of our curry. And I want to get the juice. What I'm gonna do is just drop that right off.
Dropping like juices. Oh, like, yeah, they
Dropping
come.
up the juices.
They're dropping up
Forget
the juices.
This is the juice.
Dropping up the juices. Dropping up the juices.
What's going on now?
I don't know.
You
You post that to CTF? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
I tried the Instagram.
Nice.
My very first picture.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
That's romantic. I think she'll be able to tell soon. I'll be murdered.
What are you doing? This has to be kept.
On the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's gold. TV gold.
It's the greatest show ever created.
As opposed to robots.
Ooh. Jack, you want to get some silverware and paper towel napkins? Paper towels over there and silverware to the left of the sink.
It's interesting. Very interesting. Looks like it's kind of fall off the bone type of food. Probably really good that way. Oh yeah, we got to put a little Tupperware for my wife. So no, she's like, oh, I love this food. Wow, there goes the garnish, right?
that might be a lot of food for you. I'm gonna put this.
You can give that to me.
Because this brown rice.
Fill you up.
I'm gonna leave you with all that rice. I'll give you one piece of chicken if you want more. Let me know.
Chef, thank you for your generosity. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I told you, all I want is a lot of tweets and Facebook posts.
I'm learning how to speak.
She's very new at that. But she's getting better. Progress. Hashtag progress.
Okay. No, but I'm saying that's the only payment that I need.
Kitchen looks so awesome in that picture. Awesome.
Our kitchen does?
Yeah, man. It's like a restaurant. It's pretty cool. Easy. Chef Kas is plating the food. It's looking really, really delicious. Looking forward to diving in. Look at all that juice just layering over the stuff. The juices. Yeah. Juices. Still adjusting to Chef Kas's haircut. I'm not gonna lie. I'm used to the spiky hair guy. Looking good. Got the eggplant garnish right there. I personally like my eggplant really soft. So.
My eggplant like my livers.
Wow.
Soft and brown.
Oh my God.
Soft and caramelized.
Soft and caramelized. That looks really good.
Okay, well, Dr. D, if you don't mind waiting for a sec.
That's all good. That is the photo plate right there. That's going to be photo and put up and awesome.
Sound exasperation.
I'm like, just looking at this food's killing me. I'm like, look at it. Look at it.
Perfect. It won't be cold. It'll be like the perfect because this is gonna be.
Yeah, because it's really hot coming out of that pot there, probably. So.
All those. If you need to warm it up at all.
Where do you get those white plates from?
These are actually from one of the sponsors for the show, Bed and Bath.
Oh my God.
And
That's good to know because I don't have any white plates and I really want to get some.
Yeah.
For the viewers, maybe you could tell them maybe kind of what's the average cost of that type of plate, or maybe for the viewers, for all the thousands of viewers.
Bath donates them. They're
for the viewers.
Right.
It's for the viewers, not for us.
They're not too much. They're like
Yeah.
$20, $25.
Okay.
Smaller ones like this would be like a bigger one. Maybe this is like 15 or 20.
Okay.
25. I don't
Reasonable.
know. Yeah.
Very reasonable.
Their
Yeah.
prices there are actually pretty good. Like I told you, these packages are from there.
Yeah.
Very reasonably priced. I wouldn't be getting them if they weren't. I don't think.
Yeah. But it creates a really nice, even as if you're cooking at home and, you're cooking for your family, it still creates a really good presentation. And at least for me, this is just a personal opinion, no expertise on this, but what I learned in my one of my sports nutrition classes back in college, it seems like a long time ago, was that, we eat with our eyes first, and appetite is psychological and hunger is physical.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's kind of like those commercials like back in the day where it'd be like Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme, and you'd see it on the TV and you go, oh, that looks really good, and it started whetting your appetite, And so a lot of times for me is I like to eat based off of how it looks. And so I want to add that white plate element to it to really get me excited.
Learning how to plate is that's something I didn't really know how to do before culinary school.
Yeah.
Plating was kind of my formalization,
Yeah.
It was something that before I did it.
Yeah.
It was like, this is something that I don't have any awareness about.
I don't even know, but I see on shows, I can see how there's a little bit of splatter there, but how you'd probably wipe that away, for, the presentation.
Wet paper towel.
Yeah.
And if you want to set that up to eat, you know, if you want to put it someplace and we'll all eat.
Whew. My arm is hurting.
And we can, like, you know, say a blessing over the food while.
That looks good.
Can I send a non-presentation?
Yeah. Well, let me give you 1 second.
See, I don't know how this looks, so it's hard for me to tell, but whoa.
Trying to kill you.
I'm like, whoa.
Or I should do this when I take it over.
Warning, 18,000 minutes remain for this recording.
That's awesome.
How great is that?
I'm going to do this because we have the light here.